What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Jedi Knights Watch, a live edition. This is not Six Scale Symposium. This is a special Friday Night Live with some of my good friends. So, the reason why I wanted to do this show is because I'm a big Star Wars fan, and I saw episode 4 of Obi Wan, which I'm sure all of you guys did too, and that's why you're on the show with me. And we usually talk about it on Monday nights, and I just couldn't wait. I'm like, I got so many emotions, so many thoughts running through my mind. I got to do a show here. I got to get some guys to talk about it. Hopefully we have some people in the chat that join as well. But man, so guys, we'll just jump right into it. I don't know. I watched episode 4, and I hate to say, but I wasn't a fan. And while I'm still holding out hope that this series is awesome, and I think hopefully it will be, I do have some major concerns with the direction of Star Wars as a whole that kind of Disney's going. So I kind of want to start by just getting your guys' thoughts. Like, did you like it? Did you not like it? Mario, I'm kind of curious to see what you thought, because you and I are usually on different ends of the spectrum. So I'm wondering if I didn't like it, then maybe you really did.
Actually, when I got done watching the episode, I was like, "What the hell was that?" I wasn't a fan of this episode. Look, I'm enjoying the series so far.
Yeah.
Okay, it does have its bad points, but the problem is, for me personally, is that it's only a 6-episode arc.
Right.
And we still have no word of if there's going to be a season 2 or not. So I feel like there can be no time wasted.
We have no room for filler episodes.
Exactly.
Not at all.
And this was like a second filler episode, to be honest. The writing in this episode was just so bad, man. The writing, the execution, I'm gonna have to blame some of it on the director for this episode as well. It was just poorly written, and I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but I'm still optimistic for the next 2 episodes. I mean, given the penultimate and the final one. So far, for me personally, the last 2 episodes usually don't disappoint from any Star Wars series. So I'm still hopeful. And after the show's ended, then I'll be able to judge it on the whole. The entire series.
And I don't think, and I don't like you said, I don't think this one episode is going to make or break the series, but I definitely just don't think it helped. Like, I remember talking on my show on Monday night, and we were just like, man, what a great episode that was. Was it perfect? No, but it was really cool. And we're like, we just got to make sure that we keep on this wave with this series. We don't end it like Book of Boba. And then they come out 2 days later with this kind of clunker of an episode. It's just like, oh boy. And then it just makes you worry a little bit. How are they going to end this? So, Joel, what did you think really quickly? Did you like the episode? Were you a little uneven about it?
I still don't have a real opinion about it. I watched it already once. I want to watch it twice as the second time. It was. I'm a bit disappointed. And once I clicked the play button and I saw 36 minutes, I already thought, why the episode is so short? We were expecting a follow-up from the last one. I was dreaming, like, does he go to meet Yoda? Does he? What's going to happen? Maybe he will. I was never thinking we were going after Leia again, a full episode. But yeah, that's what happened, and I was a bit disappointed. But the time is running short for only 2 episodes left, so. Let's see if they are going to give us 1-hour episodes the next 2, or a bit more of that, because I can see how can they tie everything in 2 short episodes. We can only wait and hope that we will get better the last 2.
Maybe they'll pull a Stranger Things and give us like hour and a half and a 2-hour episode for the last 2. I doubt it, but hey, we can hope. Marco, what did you think of it?
So I'm noticing on the panel, everyone's dressed in black. You didn't really like this episode, and I'm over here with the all white. I'm going to bring a different perspective, perhaps. No, what? That's actually not the case. It's not the case.
Nice setup, dude.
Yeah, no. So I didn't actually love this episode, but let me give you some background on overall my feelings. going into the series, my expectations were like at a 10, which is not you never setting yourself up for success when you have expectations that high. But I was like, if they're touching this character and they're bringing in Vader, they're confident that they've got a banger show and this series is going to be great. If it's 6 episodes, it's going to be contained. And was really let down by the first 2 episodes. Honestly, it was not a big fan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it just didn't jive with me. Didn't love the little Leia character.
Really?
Yeah, she's grown on me since. So I rewatched the first 2 episodes in preparation for 3, and so let me just say
it's obvious. You
right.
can tell.
So my expectations were reset, and now they're significantly lower, and I'm just trying to enjoy the series for what it is. I thought episode 3 was decent. It didn't give me everything I wanted. And then this episode, it didn't give me everything I wanted again, but I thought it was decent. I didn't hate it, didn't love it. I just kind of thought it was okay and interested to see where the series is going. But overall, I'm feeling pretty let down by it as a package. But, it's just, again, my expectations are reset. So just kind of seeing where it goes.
Well, fair enough. Okay. Well, yeah, I think that's really good. That I think all of us had mixed emotions about it, and I think that's fair. For anybody watching, I'll give you this warning right now. There will be spoilers. So if you have not seen the episodes, we're going to be talking about spoiler stuff. So just prepare yourself for that. Hopefully you guys stay on, but I understand if you haven't seen it yet. But then again, we are talking about thoughts and breakdowns. So, I mean, hopefully you saw it. So here's my biggest gripe with it. In addition to what Mario said, the bad writing and everything like that. So episode 3 was really good, really emotional, really tense. Obi-Wan is finding out that Vader's alive. They meet face to face for the first time, and he barely gets away. And how is this going to go on in the show? In episode 4, we get a brief moment of both of them in the bacta tank, which I really liked. That was probably one of my favorite parts, was them kind of cutting from each other, both in their tanks, and probably both kind of Obi-Wan remembering just when that happened, where Vader dragged him through the fire, and then maybe Vader remembering their fight on Mustafar. Who knows? But I thought that was really good. But then that's it. It's like maybe a minute worth, and then we go straight to a news, basically just something else. Like, where's Leia? And now it's
we're all expecting a flashback there. He's in the tank. We're going to get a Book of Boba flashback.
Right. We've been conditioned from the Book of Boba. Exactly, man. I mean, in a sense, we did kind of get a flashback, but the problem is that we got a flashback of recent events. I mean, I think it would have been a little bit more emotional if they would have tied it back to the Clone Wars, going that far back, just to show that close relationship that they did have with one another, and then leading up to this, which is tragic. I mean, because he's basically mourning and in shock, in a sense. I mean, Obi-Wan is. So I just agree with you, Marco, 100% that it was a complete missed opportunity that they didn't show a little bit more.
Would have been great. You're bringing back Hayden Christensen, get him, as you said, in the Clone Wars era. Come on, it's just it wrote itself basically, and the fact that they fumbled that felt like they didn't execute it as well as they should have.
Well, here's the other thing.
Definitely.
So again, we have 2 episodes left. This is not a finished book by any means. It's just kind of where we're at right now. I feel like they're wasting Hayden Christensen. It was kind of all built up like he's going to be, and I thought we were going to get more moments without the helmet on. And I know we have had some, but I guess I thought they were going to be maybe in his meditation chamber where he would actually be I don't know. I thought there'd be more behind the scenes of Vader, thinking about his past, or just some sort of
we're not
use
done
of
with
Hayden
the series
Christensen
yet.
Right.
Yeah, the series isn't over yet, so don't count that out. There's a possibility they still might go that route. We just gotta wait and see.
Right. But I guess I just thought there would be more flashbacks, and again, I understand there's 2 episodes left, but and maybe they're gonna hopefully they're gonna go heavy, and maybe this whole conversation we're gonna be like, that was fun when we were dissing on it and whatnot. And we're not really dissing on Star Wars. It's just we have high expectations. Do you guys think, Joe, do you think as Star Wars fans, maybe sometimes we have too high of expectations?
Oh, completely. 100%. And I think most of us are still a bit hurt with Book of Boba.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Some
why
scar
many
tissue there.
Yeah, that's why many people were already apprehensive what this Obi-Wan show would bring. But as with everyone thought it's Obi-Wan, they will not screw this up. They learned after Book of Boba, and they will know that Obi-Wan, if it's a failure, it's a ruin for Star Wars, and all Star Wars community will go crazy.
Right.
I'm still not. I'm still. No, I think we didn't give up on this show because we still have 2 episodes. They can still do a turnaround on this, and we can still have a very solid show. But it depends which route they are going to take. Is it possible that they are this episode was a filler and they are cutting parts for a second season, as they see that this is such a huge success for Disney Plus, because they already show us that this was the series most watched series until now in Disney Plus. This is a business. This is a business for them. You need to think, and what Disney is thinking about this series.
Right.
You know, so
And you know, on that though, I feel like if we knew their roadmap, we knew where they were going with Star Wars, we could have a little more trust. But because
Right.
unlike Marvel, and I don't want to like praise Marvel because they're not perfect. This most recent phase has been like pretty mediocre, but at least like we know they're building to something. Here it's like I don't really know where y'all going, and I have a hard time trusting you because if you fumbled with Book of Boba, I thought Book of Boba was decent, but if you fumble with that and you're seemingly fumbling this one, like where the heck is this leading to? So it's just harder to trust them.
Really quick, I want to say thank you to Andrew James for the $4.99 super chat. Always appreciate my good friend stopping into the show. Wouldn't mind getting him on the show, but I know he's a bit bashful. So thank you for the super chat. He says, for no reason but being a good friend and showing my love and support. Thank you so much. Him and I, we're actually, we talk a lot, talk about figures a lot. He's big into Star Wars. He's not Star Wars. Sorry about that. He's big into Batman, Terminator, and Predator figures. So, it's awesome. I like a little bit of a different taste in hot toys once in a while. So thank you so much, Andrew. AJ says, I kind of had the same thought about Hayden, but exactly. Let's see where it goes. It's just odd to bring a strong actor back to be in a suit. We'll see says episode 4 was a dud for me.
AJ, I don't want to sound.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Andrew says he shouldn't be watching the stream. He hasn't seen the new episodes yet. Go watch it quick and then come back.
No, I was going to say
Mark.
to AJ's point, I don't want to sound like a dick or anything, but I mean, saying Hayden is a strong actor is kind of putting him up on a pedestal there.
Mario,
man,
have you seen
know?
Jumper? Come on, bro. Come on.
I have, Marco, and yeah.
I actually thought
you
that
just
movie
proved
was
my point,
decent.
dude.
I thought it was decent. I know people
Did
hated
you?
on it, but yeah, I'd have to go back.
I've seen it once, and that was it. I think that was when it was new, so that's years ago. But
Yeah.
So just a quick question, because I don't know about the leaks that before there were leaks about the end. If any of you know about the leaks, is this going towards that leaks, those leaks, or not?
I hope not. It doesn't look like it right now, but I think to be honest, a lot of us may have gone in with that preconceived notion of those leaks, and it could have already like set our expectations for the show. I know some of us that are watching it are already set up for defeat just because of that leak. So
Okay.
I'm getting ready too.
Yeah, I'm not one of those. I just want to see where the show goes, and because I mean, a leak, a rumor, that's all it is. It could be nothing. I mean, for all we know, they can just go back and do something else completely different than what was actually leaked. But we'll find out. We'll find out soon.
Here's a question. If this show duds, let's just say the 2 episodes come and we're getting a little ahead of ourselves, but if it's a dud, what does this do for the franchise and all of the shows coming after? I mean, does it start to lose that pizzazz, that Star Wars that everybody loves? Like, is Ahsoka?
No.
Are we worried about Ahsoka? Okay, because here's the thing. We said we might get our hopes up a little bit too often as Star Wars fans because we expect great things, and I know it's not always easy to stick the landing, but can we all agree we've been let down way more often than not? Like, the original trilogy was great. The prequels weren't received very well. People have learned to love them now. The sequels are, I don't want to talk about the sequels. Mando was great. Book of Boba overall, I think, was a letdown. And then we just get this one episode here where it's like, oh boy, we're starting to kind of think again. So that's why I'm wondering if this does it start to hurt the franchise? Mara, you don't think so?
For me personally, hell no. I have the original trilogy, man, and that's all that I need. Everything else is a bonus.
Okay, that's a good way of looking at it.
I always fall back to that, dude. I don't care what anybody says. I've seen so many people go back and say, "Man, sorry, the prequels ruined my childhood." I'm like, bro, do you not remember the OT? I mean, it's still there. It hasn't. Well, it's changed a little bit, but I mean, it's still there. The outline, the basic idea of that entire OT is still there, and that's the actual foundation, man. And because it's built on such a strong foundation, it's not, for me, it's not doing anything. And yeah, Kenobi did warn me about these things.
He's always warning people.
Yeah,
crossing guards.
You should have seen
for
my
Hot Toys
celebration, man. We were
collectors.
just completely talking about all that stuff, and yeah, that was a fun conversation, to say the least. But yeah, man, for me personally, no, I don't think nothing is going to ruin Star Wars for me.
So is it easy for you to just cut it off and say, like, because for a lot of people, Book of Boba, it ruined the Boba Fett character for them, or it at least cast the shadow over it.
Look, everybody had it in their heads. Now, this is the problem with Star Wars fans, is that everyone has all of these preconceived notions in their head how a character is supposed to be. Boba Fett being the prime example, considering that he was written in Legends. That was never canon.
Here we go.
Never, you guys. It was never canon.
He's pointing.
All right. George Lucas himself said he went ahead and approved them, but nothing was ever officially canon. They were just there. They were always legends. So I always took it as such. All right. So yeah, we only got a few minutes with Boba Fett. He was what he was. He looked like a badass. Everybody has in his head that, oh my gosh, he looks so badass. His whole backstory, he's automatically the most feared bounty hunter in the galaxy just because of like one thing that he did.
He didn't do anything in the OT.
Exactly. His character was never developed. His character was never developed at all. But everybody, like I said, just has these preconceived notions just based off of his physical appearance. I mean, come on, guys, be smarter than that. The way that they wrote his character in the Book of Boba wasn't the best. I completely agree with that, But at the same time, like I said, I've got the original trilogy for me personally, so it's not going to ruin Star Wars, guys. It's not.
Marco, how do you feel?
I'm with Mario in that it doesn't ruin the old stuff. You always have that to go back, but what it does. Or you have that to go back to, but what it does ruin is your hope for the future and for future properties. I think there's been, so many stumbles with the movies and, directors being shifted around and just like mediocre products. I wasn't a huge fan of Solo as well. And I would say like this reminds me of Solo in that if you're going to touch these classic characters, you better make an amazing piece of art. And I just felt like it just was mediocre, and this is feeling like it's trending towards being mediocre. So what I would have done, and I think this all kind of goes to Kathleen Kennedy, she probably should have saved like the really special characters like Boba and Obi and Solo. Okay, they tried it with that, but those should have been movies. Like this series should have been a movie. We could have had a cool little encounter with Vader in the beginning and at the end. So it feels like they should have saved the really special characters for the movies and then tried something new with the TV shows like they're doing with Mando. And I just don't see where the roadmap's going. So my hope for the future is dwindling, but I will always have love for Star Wars because, like Mario said, the original stuff will always be there. And I didn't hate the sequel trilogy as well. So I thought The Last Jedi, I know we've talked about this before. I thought that was a pretty great movie, to be honest with you. A lot of flaws, but I thought there was some really good stuff in there. So yeah, it doesn't ruin it overall for me.
Well, sometimes it's okay to be wrong, Marco. No, I'm just kidding.
I might be alone in that.
Computer over my shoulder the same way that Luke threw his lightsaber as a shoulder.
It kills my credibility now. But
Completely.
No, but Marco has a point to where with these legacy characters and the fact that it's a 6-episode arc, we all know that it needs to be tight, right? Considering what we've seen so far, this could have easily been like a 2-part movie. Or a 1-part, just to tighten up the entire story, and that's all that we needed, right? Instead of having all this extra filler, that's just basically it's empty calories that we don't need. Tighten it up, give us a movie for these legacy characters. When they're introducing new characters, minus the sequel trilogy. They seem to be doing okay. All right, Mandalorian. I thought they did a great job. Right, it was a new character, based off lore that we all know and love, and they killed it. They knocked it out of the park, man. I thought they did a great job with that, and expand upon the character development in the series for these new characters. But when it comes to legacy, I always worry about that, and that's when I think they should just tighten it up and possibly think about doing a movie instead.
Makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Joel, jump in with your thoughts.
Yeah, I agree with that, and you know why Mandalorian works so well? It's because it's a new show, a new story. Even it's inside the same lore. No one, even the Star Wars, the biggest fans, they were happy to see Luke appearing in the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
It didn't ruin anything.
No,
it didn't
That's
ruin
awesome.
anything. While because now in the Obi Wan show, we can try to, like Marco said, enjoy it as it is, because we already know the end of this story. Everything they are adding now is just a filler. It's just something, a complement, because we already know the end, right? This will just bring you back to the original trilogy. So everything they are doing now is just complementing the story. So I think they can do a much greater job than this with movies, but it's business, it's marketing.
It's money.
Disney have the rights for Star Wars, so I think it's a bit difficult to please everyone. And I also think they target a younger fan base. I think Disney also tries to go for a younger fan base, for new Star Wars fans that maybe never watched the original trilogy and watch only they born with the prequels. But I'm afraid of this comment from Beskar Kid.
Yeah,
I know. Please don't, bro.
He said anything Star Wars
there,
can
man.
be torn apart. I can ruin ESB for the rest of your life in 5 minutes. You will
That
not,
sounds like
sir. You will
sounds
not
like a
be
threat.
doing that. Boy. AJ says, I'll be honest, I feel like a lot of people had the same reaction to Boba that I had with Luke in the sequels. I was angry a few years ago, but I live in the moment now. Kenobi, they crammed 4 people into a 2-person cockpit snowspeeder. I need my Tums. Heartburn setting in. Is the child a new character? Mario?
Yeah. Grogu is. If that's the child that we're talking about. Yeah,
he's the new Mickey Mouse.
He is a new character. To Denobi's point, man, I mean, can I just go back, being Marco and I being the Latinos in here, we can relate being like cramming 2 big ass families in like a little Mustang. So, bro, we can make it happen, man. It's definitely possible. So,
station wagon, you could pile anybody in there.
Exactly, dude. Oh man, but no, to Joao's point, he also nailed as well, as far as, again, going back to the legacy characters. No matter what kind of situation that you put them in, no matter how high the stakes, you already know the outcome because they're in they're in other movies, right? So it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really do anything, to be honest. It's interesting to see, and I love how you put it. It's just a compliment, to the legacy of their stories already. But so I just worry about just tarnishing that legacy, man. We don't need to see that always,
So speaking of new characters, let's talk about Reva a little bit. I know a lot of people are giving her, the actress, a hard time, but even the character a hard time. And I was actually on board with her for a while, and I'm not off the boat for her or anything like that. But in this episode, I feel like they focused on Reva too much when it should have been more of Vader and Obi Wan. Because again, it's a 6-episode series. We just had that powerful episode 3. I thought they should have really focused back in on Obi Wan and Vader, but we got a lot of Reva. She was trying to intimidate Leia, which I didn't think was very intimidating or scary or anything like that. I don't see an arc for her yet. And again, there's still 2 episodes left. I still think there's going to be something that happens to her that is just going to really arc her character. But to this point, she just seems like flatline, like she's just a throw-in. Joel, what do you think about Reva? Do you think she's been a positive part of the series so far, or do you think she's going to have a very good arc at the end? Or what are your thoughts about the Reva character herself?
I don't know. I think they are trying. In the beginning, I thought they would give her some backstory of her that I would like. I would like to know a little more, but I don't know if they are going that route. And especially today, I saw that she is getting her own series. We will see a series based on Reva. Uh, I don't know if that's true that she will have her own series, but this was shared in
Haven't heard.
many Star Wars
Groups?
forums and news, yeah, in
Okay.
groups. But I mean, she's a complicated character to say the least. Because at this moment, I still believe that what she wants really is just to grow up, ranked up as Grand Inquisitor, and maybe that's all it is. That's not much into her, but it depends if they are going to tie up this series with some backstory. If she's really that youngling that was in the first episode, and what led her to become an inquisitor, because as you remember, the Grand Inquisitor told her she came from the gutter. They took her from the gutter or something like that, like she was. I don't know. I want to know more about their backstory, but until now, the writing of the character is not as good as I thought it would be from the first episode. It's not developing well for me.
Right. How about you, Marco? What are your thoughts on Reva so far? Do you think she can be salvaged?
I actually think she's one of the highlights of the show for me. Some of the writing has been suspect, but I like the character overall. Like it's a cool concept. I like the actress. She looks cool. I like the anger towards everyone. That's fine. She's had some like questionable things to do. I think overall, just her role in the series is just convoluted or a bit muddled. They probably, if you're going to bring the Inquisitors in, like show Vader, but save him for the end. Like make him have impact. But when he comes in and he's a pretty big badass in the beginning, and then he kind of goes away, it's like, okay, what's her purpose here? She's just that middle management, just moving stuff around, almost almost like it's a different show altogether. So I think it's just the wrong place to introduce this character, but overall, I think she's fine. I don't know that I'm like on board for a series of hers, but I guess we'll see what her origins are. Likely, I think we all know where she likely came from. So if that is the case, then it could be interesting to get more backstory. But yeah, it feels like a missed opportunity with this character in this specific series.
Mario, what are your thoughts, and what do you think she really wants?
I think that's a problem. I just don't like how the character's written. If she is written to be annoying, I think she's doing a great job. But my disappointment is that her character isn't developed at all.
Yeah.
She comes in hot before Kenobi and everybody else, and we're not given any kind of backstory about her at all. We have no idea what her agenda really is, and nothing in her character has been developed. And that's why, I really want to like this character, but I'm just upset that her character isn't developed, So,
and I think that's why it makes it really hard to be invested in her as a character.
Exactly. Yeah. Because if anything, I hear a lot of, fans just say that they're completely annoyed with her. I mean, none of that should be like put on the actor herself. Moses Ingram, I'm sure she's like I'm sure she's an angel. She's great. You don't do that. You don't do that to anybody. You blame that on the writing.
Right.
You don't
Exactly.
you don't call out an actress like that. She doesn't deserve anything that was like lashed at her. But yeah, Joao, I was also kind of stunned to see that they're giving her a series. I mean, that's just like giving, I don't know, a Loth cat that we saw in the Mandalorian, their own series when we have like no
Now we're
idea what the
talking.
character is about.
Right.
That's exactly how that is. So I hope that they do develop her character a little bit more, but I don't know. Again, just wait and see.
You keep getting small hints,
And we can't afford small
Right.
hints right now because
Yeah.
we only have the 6 episodes. So if they would have taken
Exactly.
this episode even and focused on her backstory, then that
Well,
might
that's-
have been something that we could have utilized for the show.
Exactly.
Instead of saving
And that-
Leia a second time.
And that's the tragedy about having a 30-minute episode in a freaking 6-series arc. You could have expanded that time to expand on her character a little bit more, all right? Make it a little bit longer to help develop some of these characters and put in just a little bit more, so that way, like if this was like a 10-episode series, I think this would have been all right. I would have been over it. But yeah, sure, no problem. We got a few more episodes to go, whatever. It was a dud, but still, we have time to recover. But the fact is that we only have 2 more episodes left, and if they're both going to be a half hour long, then that just shows I don't have the freaking I don't have the hope. I don't have the hope for the for the stick landing, man.
Before even watching, I think I will just see the time of the next episode, how many minutes, and you will know what will you. I think we will have 1 hour episode next, unless this one was supposed to be longer and they really cut the episode for a second season to give all the juice in the first season.
Just want to say hi to my friend Metamorphic Customs, Desi himself.
What's up, Desi?
Says good evening, gentlemen. Thanks for
Hold on,
stopping
brother.
in, sir.
Well, I want to give a counterpoint. Sorry to cut you
go
off,
ahead.
but I was just thinking, how cool would it have been, okay, if they really are sweet on this character, they like her concept a lot, if she was in a different show, or, there was an Inquisitor show before Obi, and then they introduced her when we had a little more backstory, then we could care about her arc a bit more. But to have so much build up for this character when it's an Obi-Wan show,
they can
just
still go back.
They can, right? But it should have been something that we were, she should have a bit more of a purpose in this show, as opposed to this show being, building up the entire character. We should know something about her when she's introduced, because this should all be Obi's background. We don't need her background in this.
True. That's true. I mean, do you guys think this series is enough about Obi-Wan? Or again, are they
No.
just
Not at all.
This is the other problem, and this is what I'm saying when I'm like, I worry about the direction of Star Wars, is because with Disney, it seems like they like to use the characters that we have to make new characters and try to get you to fall in love with them, but then usually doesn't happen. Like, I mean, Leia's not really a new character, but like the focus is on her. The focus is on Reva. Like, I don't know.
That's why I told you in the backstage that they are forcing us, not forcing, but to love Leia character as a kid. And that's why I told you backstage that I would not be surprised if we are going to see a cartoon series of Leia's Adventures, or something like that, since she was a child, and something like that. Because I think they are pushing a lot this Leia, this small Leia, into us, from the droid that she has, that even already becoming a merchandise, is already on sale. I think they are doing a lot for us to go after this Leia character, and I'm not against, but this is an Obi-Wan show. Right. It is not Leia. It's an Obi-Wan show, right?
It's like the Grogu effect, right? It's like, we need another Grogu. Let's throw in young Leia in here.
Well, and I thought she did really good, and I love the character of little Leia. It was repetitive to see, okay, we got to go save Leia again. Like, here we are again. And I don't know, it just didn't seem like it should have been there. We should have been focusing on something else. Beskar Kid says, pretty sure we know Kenobi's background, middle ground, foreground, and high ground.
Yeah, I guess with the Clone Wars, we've got a lot of background on him. But then give us those flashbacks. Give us that stuff in live action.
Well, and it goes back to even Mando season 2, episode 2, with the spider and the frog lady. That seemed like the most filler episode that we got with Mando.
I love that episode. I love Frog Lady.
That was a great
and
episode.
I want
a
Frog Lady.
It seemed like a filler to me. Like, it was just another treasure hunt chase. But even with that, we had 10 episodes, or so. I think we had 10 episodes, something like that. So you can afford something more like that, more like something off the beaten path, where we're doing something else this time. But here, with such a high prolific character with 6 episodes, I just felt like we should really be focusing on their relationship, or even just Obi-Wan. Correct me if I'm wrong, or if I'm out of line. What do you guys think? Like, I just don't think it can be afforded. And we've kind of talked about it a little bit, but it's the part of the episode that just bothers me the most, is the direction they took it right after episode 3. Marco, am I wrong? Am I right?
No, you're spot on. You're spot on here. It's just it's just missed execution, too much filler. They're not giving us the stuff that we really want. Just overall leading to a disappointing product. So I think you're spot on there.
Yeah, the last thing a 6-episode series need is a filler because 6 episodes are already too short
Right.
for.
And that's why I was optimistic coming into this. I was like, okay, this is going to be an expanded movie, basically 6 episodes. It's going to be a tight story, and it's just not turning out to be the case.
Did any
expectations set too high?
Did anybody
right,
hear
were.
that? I heard a rumor about this. The writer didn't know Anakin was Vader. Anybody hear that?
Mhm. Yeah, I saw
Fill me in
that.
on that, Mario. What was the whole
So,
story with that?
Apparently, like, from what I saw, the writer that they had, he had pitched this story, but didn't know some of the minute details that was in the Star Wars lore. And supposedly, this guy went to Pablo Hidalgo to verify whether or not that Anakin was actually Darth Vader.
Whoa.
So that he didn't know that after pitching the series. So what does that tell you guys? I mean, look, I went ahead and looked ahead to see who's writing on the next episode, and it's the same writer, but at the same time, they have also got another writer that the dude directed some of the Pixar movies, the animation films, Toy Story. All the heavy hitters. So I shouldn't get my expectations up, but I'm more hopeful considering who's involved in the writing for the next episode.
Also, we don't really know how many people have touched this, though, right, Mario? Like the Boba Fett series used to be a movie, and then it kind of got turned into a series. I think this one at one point in time might have been a movie. I know Darth Maul was supposed to appear in it, and they've said that they've taken him out, right? So who knows how many people have chopped this up to, expand it. And maybe that's why we're getting filler, because it was intended to be a movie, and now it's been stretched out to be a series and all these people rewriting. It's concerning to hear that what you just said, though.
Yeah, kind of like the Hobbit trilogy. They took like a 20-page book and expanded it across 3-hour movies.
I bought that movie and I thought I didn't know it was a trilogy at the time, so I'm watching.
You didn't?
No, I watched the end and I'm like, son of a bitch. And I'm
let me ask you: did you actually see the director's cut, the extended editions of those things too?
No, and then I started watching the second one and they lost me, so I didn't even finish it.
Really? Never? Wow.
No. I like Lord of the Rings, but I just couldn't get into The Hobbit. So
yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you there.
Mr. Sketch, Disney is great at presenting you with delicious looking pie, only only to find out it's filled with dog shit. I should have read that one before I put it up there because I would have been ready. I mean, is he wrong? I feel like, I mean, I know it probably is a cash grab, but it feels like a cash grab sometimes. Like Book of Boba felt like.
Graham, let me fill you in on something. Everything is a cash grab.
And
everything in life is a cash grab. You see those figures behind you? Those are cash grabs, go.
No,
my guy. All of it.
But the best is when it feels a little less dirty, when you just don't know it's being done to you as heavily, right? It's like, okay, it's a bit more of an exchange.
I feel like they're taking
services.
advantage of us at this point. Aha! Conquer Knight says the Hobbit trilogy wasn't very good. That should have just been one movie. I agree. So, I want to know what your guys' favorite part of the episode was. And feel free to just jump in, whoever wants to go first. Favorite part?
When Tyler slaps the shit out of a stormtrooper and just starts getting the beginning Bacta tank scene, seeing the two actually connect with each other in totally different ways while in the Bacta tank. I thought that was powerful, and it could have been even more so if it was just expanded upon a little bit more. But
I agree. That's what we're all looking for. I think is that part, the emotional connection to those two characters, and learning more about that. How about you, Joel?
That part was good, but I also like the part when Obi-Wan enters in that room where you see all the Jedis.
The memoriam.
You see Terra Sinub, right? That is the one we saw in Clone Wars.
The goat
The
face.
one that helps Ahsoka to find the lightsabers.
Yep.
Something like that, right? If I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
I think they wanted to tell us something with that room. I don't know why they would need to tie up something there, and
That
I
was
don't know if
interesting.
they captured Jedi's to do something like clones or something like that. I don't know what's their final purpose with that room, but I think it was interesting, and I would like to know more about this because, like I was telling you, it may very well tied up to why they want Grogu so much. Maybe it's for the same reason as they are capturing these Jedi's and left them inside those kind of chambers or those tanks or what's that.
Or is it simply just a trophy room? And it's
It
not
can
as
be a trophy
complicated as
room.
all that.
And whose trophy room is
maybe.
it? Vader's or the Inquisitors or
The
the Emperors?
Inquisitors. I would say
Those
the
are
Inquisitors,
Inquisitors.
Do you think they're alive in there, and it's almost like a carbonite thing, or do you think they're all
Oh.
dead and they just kind of put them in there to preserve the bodies?
Something like that. You know, kind of when you go hunting and you chop the head off, you put it on the wall, something like that.
It's a taxidermist, I take it
There you
to.
go.
Oh man.
How about you, Marco? What was your favorite part?
I think the scene that Joao described, that kind of on, and then when he goes to save Leia she's on the torture rack, the lights go out. You know, he duels with the
that was a cool scene.
stormtroopers. Yeah, that was beautifully shot. Like I was like, okay, I want more of this. Like, okay, imagine with me a more stripped down version of this episode where you're just following Obi. It's claustrophobic. You really don't know where he's going, and I think a lot of the things that were cool about this episode, Jedi Fallen Order had already done. It's like they ripped it off directly. Didn't really have a tie-in, right? So it's like I've seen a lot of this before. You know, the corridor with the water and then him swimming, you know, to the facility. So it's like, dang, I've seen a lot of this. They didn't really say like, hey, you know, here's a connection there. So, but yeah, I'd say that was probably my favorite scene. It was when he battles the stormtroopers.
And there's when you see Hot Toys there because they show one Purge Trooper, one or two. I think there's only one.
Might have been one, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's one.
No, they're showing a few of them.
I don't remember.
That was
only
kind of
one.
leading the pack, though, right? I recall that.
Yeah, because you also see them outside when they're trying to escape. Also,
that escape is horrible.
That was my favorite part. I love seeing Leia under the trench coat.
No.
Just a big old blob
that-
underneath, and
Just hands and face.
and they even want to
Have we
show
seen
you
this?
her face because you will see her like under the. Oh, it's amazing.
She should have just gotten on his shoulders at that point. You know?
exactly. That wouldn't have been
or
any
like
different.
or like a mini me thing where they like somehow make like the
There's a guy with
Little
4
holster?
feet. Well, no,
I
that's
don't
fine.
know. That part was pretty unforgivable, I will say.
Did you notice that when he's that part that Marco is saying when he's Obi-Wan is rescuing Leia? Didn't seem that his lightsaber was not as strong as it should be because the lightsaber was like he's eating the troopers with a wooden stick. It was a bit strange.
He just bought it from
Well,
Galaxy's Edge, and he was
The
just, bouncing around.
lightsaber should cut through them, not just being
Right.
beating on them.
Yeah, I noticed that too. The direction. Luckily, it was dark, so it didn't happen really quickly, but it seemed like something was off there.
I love how we're talking about our favorite parts, and even that gets us to talk about the things we didn't like.
That's very.
did
That
telling.
like,
was funny,
however,
too.
I did like,
ahead,
however,
Joe.
the way Obi-Wan, it made you think of old Obi-Wan, the way he fights, the posing,
Twirls.
the twirls and everything. I did
Yeah.
like that part.
Yeah,
like
Ewan
a sock
McGregor's
on the
done a
back,
good
too.
job trying to connect the characters, even with the whole mustache thing going on too, and how he kind of strokes the beard. But let's see. Let's see what some of the chat's favorite parts were. I feel like I liked the feel of the base. It was cool seeing all the stormtroopers. Just the story wasn't there.
Marco, do you think, or did you get like Rise of the Resistance vibes going through that Fortress Inquisitorius?
Absolutely, especially with like the probe droid roaming around, or what was the
Yeah.
specific droid called? But yeah, I was like, oh, that
was
first
kinda
thing I
cool.
thought of. Yeah,
hmm
exactly. I
That
just wanted
name,
more
though,
of that.
that name just sounds so wrong. Fortress Inquisitorius.
Yeah,
I'm like, that just doesn't sound right.
some fan fiction
whatever.
shit.
Exactly. Dude. We all try to find the Fortress Inquisitorius at times.
And did you notice that she, when she enters inside, she has some important stuff or some important thing to say to the Grand Inquisitor, and they let her enter. So it means that they don't know the Grand Inquisitor is dead, is dead,
He's not dead.
or maybe he's not dead, or
He's
not,
dead.
or
Come on, he ain't coming
or she will
back.
not mention
You
why
guys think
she
he's still
was
alive?
mentioning him.
Yeah.
Y'all are
alive.
tripping.
He's got
still
two
alive.
stomachs.
Yeah, that third stomach, right? That's what's keeping him alive. He's dead, y'all. He looks dead to me, dude.
Sidebar really quick on that scene. Gigi came to watch that part with me, and when she says, "Call me sir," she loved that. I was like, okay, this is toxic.
She looked at you and told you the same thing.
Call me sir.
She was amazing, dude. I love that character.
Yeah.
Yeah,
thought it
Crushed
was
it,
great.
yep.
Yeah.
AJ says that he enjoyed Angry Vader. He enjoyed him losing it. I enjoyed that too, but then I thought he became reserved
Would have
too quickly.
enjoyed it even more if he would have snapped her freaking neck.
Exactly. Everyone
Apology
is expecting that.
accepted.
Exactly.
And it's so easy for him to do. You just need to
Mm-hmm.
easy.
Yeah, I don't know. Something's going on between those two that I can't put my finger on. I don't know what the relationship is. It's weird that Reva knows he's Anakin because nobody knows that other than two people. I hope
Even
they
the
shine
writer
some
doesn't
light
know
on
it too.
that.
That was crazy.
Pull up Desi's comment.
Okay. Forever gets
Right, dude?
It's true, man. Nobody's really dead in Star Wars, and that's why he's coming back. And he's going to
Sure.
be the one that kills Reva. You've heard it here first.
Sure. Graham, if you're right, dude.
If not, he will be the fifth brother because he really hates Reva.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they talk about her coming out, coming from the gutter, and we've seen a glimpse of her in the Jedi Temple, but again, like, there's just not enough there to really care about the character. So maybe they should have had more episodes if they wanted to introduce other characters like this.
And
That
that's
we
the
don't know
youngling
about.
that you see. The youngling you see in that room.
I'm sorry. I saw someone post. Thanks, wow. I saw someone post a theory that they thought that Reva was actually Lil Cube's wife that he was talking about.
Oh,
Like maybe
because she
yeah.
did have that look on her face when she
Mhm.
saw it. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot of theories out there about her. Some are that she's actually trying to, I don't know. I think I've heard she's trying to actually kill Vader. I've heard
And
she's
that's the
just,
thing.
yeah.
That's what's upsetting about her character again, just being so underdeveloped. We can't figure her out. So
Right.
it's disappointing.
Mr. Sketch says my favorite part was Obi-Wan regaining his confidence in the lightsaber skills. It is nice to see him, kind of getting better again at, I guess, being a Jedi or, being one with the Force again. Like, I do like it that he can't just up and be how he was in Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. I like it that because he hasn't used the Force for so long that he can't just
After
jump
spending
right
2
into
minutes
it.
in a back to tank, and then he's back to his old self,
Yeah.
100%.
You're not fully healed, but he's going for it.
Watch this.
This is interesting. Beskar Kid says, took a second viewing to realize the youngling was one of the kids from Episode 1.
That's what I was going to say. The one you see in the room.
Yeah, in the memoriam or whatever, the temple.
Yeah, so means if they capture those younglings and Reva was with them, right? Reva was together with them. Why did they choose to save Reva and not why she's not there inside? Maybe there's other theory that maybe it's Reva that give the younglings to the like she captures the younglings and offer them to the inquisitors or something like that. Like she betrayed the other ones to save her his. You understand?
Yeah.
But
That's
they found her in the
interesting.
gutter.
No, they
It's-
said she came from the gutter.
The gutter is
How
a
did you
Jedi
find it?
temple for them.
The gutter is
That's true. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're not
exactly.
wrong, man. You could be right on that.
Hmm. Interesting.
There's so many theories, really. It's
Mm-hmm. That we'll all find out in her own show.
Apparently. Conquer Knight says, yeah, that would have been great. A great time to get rid of the Reva character. Vader should have crushed her. Yeah, I mean, if you can get rid of the Grand Inquisitor within an episode, why can't you get rid of Reva, who's as developed as the Grand Inquisitor is, and just then have Vader and Obi Wan going at it?
Or maybe he could have injured her and like knocked her out, like took her out of the equation for a little bit. Would have been at least fitting for him.
Some people said he should have taken her hand.
Yeah,
You
actually,
guys should seriously submit your applications to Lucasfilm as a writer.
any of
thank
us
you.
could do better. than a
I'm
lot of
I'm
the
just
stuff
saying
that's-
what I've heard. I'm not
My
saying
dog can do better, bro.
No doubt.
we still didn't figure out how can she reach the end of the tunnel before
No, the
Leia.
tunnel was split. If you go back and look at it, it was split from the beginning. And she just
Okay.
took a different route.
You know, and this isn't just let's shit on Star Wars or anything. I mean, we all love Star Wars. We're just pointing out, like, kind of what's Disney doing. If you're even getting writers that don't know these characters very well, wouldn't you want to nail this and hit it on the head and do the best job you can for all the Star Wars fans? This is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, franchise out there. So I think that's just kind of what we're getting at here. Is just, you know, there might be a little bit of, at least for me, a little worry creeping in. Mario doesn't seem to care because he's got his OG Star Wars, so that's all he needs. But like for me, I love Star Wars too, so I want to see it, like Marco said, like I want to see it
Yeah.
continue to be something.
And we're all hypocritical, right? Because we're going to watch
Right.
to the end of the show. We're going to, you know, talk
Of
about
course.
it, good,
And
bad. We're going to buy figures from it, no doubt about it. So, like, and
course.
we'll continue to support Star Wars. So
Right.
we are all hypocrites. I'll just call us out there, but we just want better for the franchise. That's where it's coming from, a place
Yeah.
of love.
Marco, you know I'm not the biggest fan of the sequel trilogy, but what do you see front and center here? You know
That's
what I'm
right,
saying?
yep.
So there you go.
Exactly. There's always something to love in this stuff. And there's been a lot of good stuff in here. There really is. And I think that's the disappointing part. It's like you could see the greatness trying to peek through. And if they had just, you know, tightened it up, it could have been something really special.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I've seen much worse Star Wars than this episode. It's just, again, where are they taking this series? And again, this is, I mean, outside of Luke and Vader, I mean, Kenobi's probably one of the more popular characters that we have. So I think that's why
Yeah.
a lot is riding on this as well, and that's why a lot of people are invested in this. So I think, I don't know, I just hope they nail it. And we shouldn't have to say like, well, let's wait until the last episode and then they'll knock us out of the park. Like, it shouldn't be like that. That's how it was with Boba. It was like, well, let's see what next episode is next week. Well, let's see what the next episode is. And it shouldn't have to be like that.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah.
watched Peacemaker and I enjoyed every single episode. I thought every single episode had something to offer me, and it was very entertaining. So
Shout out to Elvis, man. My guy down under.
good day, mate. Great seeing my buddy Mario and his awesome collection. Happy Portugal Day, Big Breda.
Oh, thank you.
Oh. Yeah, if it
I-
wasn't Elvis, man, he was a big trooper collector. Still is. He had one of the biggest Death Trooper collections that I have ever seen. Unfortunately, he was moving his collection along, and I was fortunate enough to grab a couple from him, and my man gave me an incredible deal. They're up top, up here, so y'all can't really see them. But
I just wanted to see
shout
your
out to Elvis.
I just wanted to see your stuff a little closer.
Get out of
Very
the way.
nice. That's very nice.
Amazing.
It's coming
I'm-
along. It's coming along.
Mario, the bottom shelf has to be the middle shelf, though. You got to switch it
Look,
back.
Marco,
That's what I was
this-
thinking. That's got to be
What I'm
higher.
gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and rearrange this. All right, Graham, I still got to build the 98 back there.
Okay.
Still got to do it. When I'm done with that, I think what I'm gonna do is go ahead and I'm gonna shuffle everything around and just go chronological. So this top shelf will pretty much be prequels into the
I like
Clone
that.
Wars, into Solo, Rogue One, into A New Hope, into Empire, Return
There
of the
you
Jedi,
go.
into Mando. So
Amazing.
yeah, it'll be shuffled around.
I like
But
that.
I just
like
wanted
that.
to see how this looked up here because I mean, you guys, troopers. Troopers, y'all. First.
That's all
Come on.
troopers.
It's looking sexy. That's one of the best. That's one of the most fun parts of the display too. Just switching stuff up, moving it around.
I got a shore trooper for sale if you want it, Mario.
I have one of each. Thank you very much. But I appreciate that. Appreciate the thought.
No problem. Yeah, it looks great. Yeah, you just gotta have that. You gotta have that OG stuff a little higher, in my opinion. But looks
Yeah,
awesome.
I'll get there. I'll get there.
Outside of that quarter scale Vader, how many Vaders do you have?
All of them.
Oh, you do.
Mm-hmm. All of them, dude.
So speaking
this
of
one right here that you see is the original first one that came out with the one with the electronics and
Tarkin?
everything.
Mhm.
No, the one
Oh,
before
okay.
that, the one with the Velcro gloves. If you guys remember that, that's the original Vader there. I took him
and you
out.
like that one? Is that your favorite one as well?
The Tarkin one is my favorite one.
Okay.
Is my favorite one. Yeah. I mean, I got the Rogue One up here, and I just got it recently from Will. Shout out to Will.
Nice.
Give me a decent deal on this thing, and it's great. It's really good. But the Tarkin one, the Tarkin 2-pack to me is the best Vader they ever did. That includes the quarter scale, in my
So
opinion.
you saw the concept of the Obi Vader. It's just the Rogue One, right? Like a retooling of that.
It looks like
Okay.
a flat out reissue.
It's the same thing. The only thing is that the lenses aren't as red as this one, but it's virtually identical.
Will that do
Aside
pretty
from that.
well for my first Vader though? I held off on the ESB.
Oh,
one because
yeah.
I love
Definitely.
that's my favorite
Mhm.
Vader. I'm
Yeah.
actually going to be selling this one to keep the Rogue One Vader.
Oh, okay.
Marco, the thing is that at the time why I didn't pick up the Rogue One Vader when it was out at retail, and it sold out quick, is that I wasn't a fan of the cod piece, man, because it looks like a bloated
Damn.
diaper, bro.
It does.
It really
right?
does. That's why I never picked it up. So I was like, you know what? I'm good with the one that I already got. I don't need another one at the time. But then I just ended up kicking myself, for the longest time not getting it. But
That was back when Hot Toys would sell out real quick.
not necessarily. But the Rogue One line did. When they came out, I mean, it came out. It never went waitlisted, prior to release or anything like that. But when it came out, it didn't sit for very long. It sold out pretty quick.
Got it. Okay.
So, but yeah.
So speaking of Hot Toys, do you guys still think we're going to be getting a ton of figures from this series? Or, Joel, what are your thoughts? Think it's going to be limited?
I think it's going to be limited, not so many as I thought. I think a Vader is for sure because we already saw it at Celebration. I don't know what kind of Obi-Wan they are going to give us, if any. I hope so. And Reva, maybe I was hoping for Inquisitors, but I don't know now if the Grand Inquisitor is gone. I'm not sure if they are going to give us any of that. Some people are saying we are getting a young Leia. I think it's difficult for Hot Toys to do kids.
I would
The
love that.
licensing and everything. I don't think it's as easy. And probably
one for Marco.
troopers. That Purge Trooper. I'm sure they are going to do that one.
Yeah.
Sure.
I could see a few more troopers, right? Easy reissues for
Easily.
them.
Yeah, troopers.
Yeah.
It's
They're
always
money makers. I mean, you have your dirty ones, you got your clean ones. They can easily do them all again. And what I appreciate this time is that they actually got it right. They re-included their holster on the left side of their hip. I don't know if you guys noticed that Rogue One didn't have anything like that. The minor details like that I really appreciate, including even the accuracy of Vader's hilt. Love it. So, but yeah, those minor differences, man, I tend to look at and get all stupid about things. But yeah, I think definitely, I think if you look at the trends that the smaller scale figures put out, like Hasbro, right? You see them what they put in the Black Series and the Vintage Collection. I think Hot Toys will follow suit with some of those characters.
they are doing a lot.
They actually are. What they've got out is that they've got Obi-Wan, but the version when we first see him with the robe on and when he goes first looking for Leia, it's that version. But they've got Vader, they got Reva, they've got the fifth brother, and I think in a retro collection, and the Grand Inquisitor as well. So it's possible that we'll probably get a select few from those. I don't expect them to do any other Inquisitors except for Reva. It would be nice if they did the other two. I think that would be great. But yeah, troopers definitely. Yeah, those will definitely come.
No love for Ice Cube, son. What's that actor's name?
O'Shea Jackson Jr.
There you go. I'm joking about a figure, but I want to see more of him. Like, he's a great addition to the universe, honestly.
Is he though?
I liked him. I
Over
thought he was
over
a
Leia, over little Leia,
yeah,
bro.
to me over Leia.
How
She's growing
dare
on me
you,
though. I
man.
said she's growing on me, but I
First,
didn't.
you say spewing stuff about the Last Jedi, and
You bring me on to have a different opinion, all right? I will say, have you all seen Pen 15 on Hulu at all? Maybe it's like totally out of your. So the actress that plays the pilot, that the surviving pilot that rescues them, she's from that show, and she's a comedic actor. That took me completely out of it as well. I appreciate them adding some diversity to the cast, but I was like, not this lady. She should not have been. But okay, devil's advocate there. I think the reason they chose her is like, okay, anyone could be a resistance fighter, right? It could be some small lady that you don't think as heroic. So in that aspect, I appreciate it. But yeah, I didn't like the choice of actress.
did anybody have a hard time with the snow speeders being able to hover now?
No, actually,
It's
we did
okay.
actually see that in Empire. They were at all kinds of different heights.
Okay.
But my problem was, at first I didn't think, how the hell can a snow speeder fly in from that deep of space into another freaking system and do this? And then I realized that we saw TIE fighters there in the hangar. And then when they first arrived, where the hell was the Empire air support, man? They let these two TIE fighters, or no, these two snow speeders come in, do enough damage and leave, and there's no air support following them on the way out? No.
Just
What the hell?
just little things like that, but they're speckled all through the episode, and it just adds up to just a lot of
because they are
inconsistencies.
tiny things, but when you join them all together, it's a lot.
Right.
Like,
Did
we
the
can overlook
scale
some of that.
Did the scale of the snow speeders feel a bit off as well?
Yeah,
Felt pretty
they
small
felt-
to
You
me.
think- they are
They're
small.
big.
They're
they are
small.
Okay,
They're only
but
they're only a 2-man little thingy.
for whatever reason,
You
the
know?
way it was shot, it just didn't fit. The scale didn't feel correct to me. I'm sure it was, but it just felt off in some way.
Right.
Remember that A-wing that we saw there at Galaxy's Edge? It's probably just a little bit bigger than that.
Got it. Okay,
So
that does make
it'll be
sense.
pretty small.
Again, maybe it was just such a vast space, but for whatever reason,
Yeah.
it just felt weird.
No, they're tiny, dude.
Do you guys think we'll get any announcements before the series ends for figures? Do you think they're
No.
going to come up with anything soon, or it's going to be a little bit?
I think it might be a little bit.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it, but I think we'll probably won't see anything until maybe after Comic-Con.
What are the odds we get a quarter scale Vader? Asking for a friend.
possibility?
I
don't know, man.
Even if you have a quarter scale Vader, because I know what's your point on this, because you are thinking about getting the quarter scale that's now available.
Yeah. I've been
Even if
thinking
you get
about
the
it.
quarter scale, the head sculpt will never be the same, because the quarter scale available now is the head sculpt is already at that point in time. Vader head is already healed a lot, while if you have now a new quarter scale, you will be the head all still
Oh, that'd be cool.
very damaged. You can see the progression of his healing from the original trilogy, when in the last one when he take out the helmet, you can see that his head is almost all healed already. He is old, but the head is completely healed, not same as now that you can see all the burning through his head. So it will be two different characters. Exactly. You see,
on
the
here.
head is very clean.
Yeah.
Is healed already. This head sculpt is amazing, isn't it, Mario? I think it's
I
a
love
very
it.
good work.
Yeah. You know, to be honest, I planned on selling this thing a while ago, and I was going to go with like
no. Don't sell it.
a statue representation. But when I reposed it with this head on, I was like, I can't let it go. It's just too good.
This is
really,
one of
really
the
good.
best works from Hot
Yeah.
Toys.
Just want to say hi to my good friend, 6 Scale Mafia Anthony in the house. This guy knows what's going on. These writers don't know Star Wars. This show, especially the current episode, is laughably bad. insult our intelligence.
It's rating 7.4 on IMDb, same as Book of Boba.
With the series or this episode?
The series.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I mean, again, I liked where they were going with episode 3, and then it was just like a total 180 with episode 4, and we're just going to kind of ditch what we were building towards, and now we're going, let's go back and save Leia for a second time.
And if you're someone who doesn't care too much about Star Wars, like a 7 is totally passable, right? But for people that really care about the series, and for a character this beloved, a 7 isn't good enough to justify the existence of the show.
Right.
No, but especially when you are seeing the Obi-Wan series, the Book of Boba, the rating is 7.4, right? Now you have Obi-Wan with 7.4.
Yeah, that's a little...
I think 7.4 for a Book of Boba, it's
too high.
A very
generous.
It's a very generous rating. Marco loved it, man.
I enjoyed it. I didn't love it, but I don't care about Boba Fett as a character. Like
I
Mario
get what you mean, because my opinion is same as you. The opinion you had for Obi-Wan now is the opinion I have for the Book of Boba. I enjoy it for what it is.
There you go.
But I don't think Obi-Wan, you should be enjoying it for what it is if in the end series is not as good as we all expect, because he's a major character and deserves much more than this until now.
Completely agree. If they're going to go and touch him, they've got to produce something that is stellar to just justify the existence of the show or movie.
I'm just afraid that they are starting to pick up these characters and start doing series left and right. If they go now and go, let's do a Vader series, let's go do Qui-Gon series, they will destroy completely, and they will destroy everything.
Do they have any movies on the horizon? Because I know they've shelved the Rogue Squadron. So, like, what movies?
There's a movie, but
the Kevin Feige project is still in the works. The Taika Waititi movie is still in the works. I think there was what's his name? The dude that directed Last Jedi, Marco. Your buddy.
Yeah. It'll come to me, but his stuff is probably shelved indefinitely.
Yeah. His project has been shelved.
Ryan Johnson.
They didn't say indefinitely. Ryan Johnson. Yeah, they didn't say indefinitely, but
they're just going to say
coming
soon.
There's a couple. Yeah.
I'm expecting the Endor show. I think that one will be good, and will give us a.
Oh, I hope so.
I agree. It feels. I mean, the tone felt a little more adult, right?
Exactly.
In line with
and different. 6Cal Mafia is saying upcoming Star Wars shows 16 and Marvel more than 30. Yeah, yesterday there was the first episode of Miss Marvel, right? It was yesterday.
Yeah, I think so.
I haven't watched it.
It dropped the same day. Yeah, they both dropped on Wednesday.
Sounds like it did really well. I haven't seen it yet.
I personally really enjoyed it. Again, maybe that's killing my credibility, but I thought it was really well done. Like,
I think you enjoy everything.
I want to be more like Marco. I want to be like Marco. Just
I try to enjoy a lot of stuff, but I am very critical. I will nitpick the heck out of something, but at the end of the day, be like, okay, it was decent.
Well, the only thing I see you picking up on every week is in art. You really like to pick.
It's just to get under John's skin. That's the only thing.
I can't stop staring at this thing. This thing's in my hand. I'm just sitting here looking at it, man.
Dang,
this is amazing.
Closer to
dude.
the camera again, Mario.
Can you get the whole figure?
Graham, add to cart and buy.
Yeah, I'm watching one, but I don't have the money right now. I was just talking to Anthony about this.
Did you lost that one? That was there was a one going on, right?
I didn't. It ended while I was sleeping, and I didn't get it. So then I got that DX15.
What was the final price?
$510 plus $50 shipping. Not the deluxe.
Oh, not the deluxe, but it's still a good price,
right?
For which one? The Vader?
Yeah.
How much again?
$510.
That's not bad, dude. I mean, considering
it's
I
gone.
think it retail for what, like 6 something or almost close to 700.
Yeah.
So
I thought it was
dude. I don't think
in the high fives, but
not the one that I got. I have to double check. But yeah, definitely though.
Single songwriter says he needs a Vader from Hot Toys with the red and green chest lights to use as a New Hope Vader. Yeah, that Rogue One works really well for that too.
But those lights never lit up. I mean, that's the thing. In A New Hope. Come on, single songwriter.
Come on now.
My guy, you know that.
Hey, Mario, I don't know if you're watching the score, but it looks like the Warriors are about to win and tie up the series here.
Oh, geez, I forgot
no
about that
kidding.
game.
40,
I wonder our numbers
46
are low.
seconds left, and they're up by 5
What's the series
points.
at?
It's Boston is up 2-1, so it's going to be 2-2 here pretty soon.
Just when everybody was counting them out. Oh, yeah, but they're only up
you can never-
5. They're only up 5, guys. I still think
Mark, if
Boston's
the
gonna
Lakers aren't
take
in it,
that.
dude, I don't care. But the fact that they're playing Boston, that says something there. I
There you
gotta go for Golden State, man.
You got to root against Boston. I understand that. I understand.
Exactly, bro.
Uncommon Flex says he's looking forward to getting his first Vader, and he was on the show on Monday, and I told him that's going to be a great Vader for him to get. It's my personal favorite is the Rogue One.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's a great figure. Yeah.
Quarter scale, the collector edition was $560, and the exclusive was $575.
Okay.
But
Well,
yeah,
there you go.
that one ended when I was sleeping, so I kind of missed out on it.
That's why you put in your max bid before you go to sleep.
Well, I had like 4 or 5 figures I was looking at, so I was also very like, do I do it? Do I not do it? Do I need it? Do I not need it? And then I wound up getting the DX-15 and then the Bank Robber Joker. So now I'm selling a few figures, including this Vader. So
yeah, $575 for the exclusive. Look at that.
Gotta make room.
Definitely. Single songwriter. I know. Just want more Vader. So do I, man. I agree.
Can never have
Bring them
enough
all,
Vader.
dude. Exactly. Still surprised you haven't gotten Return of the Jedi in 6 scale yet. With this head sculpt.
I know. And if I know everybody's banking on it coming for the 40th anniversary, but then what if that comes and goes?
Look at Uncommon. Look at Ty.
Speaking
Yeah,
it
well-
into existence.
Getting lying, bro. I mean,
Manifesting.
Graham.
But I've already claimed that.
count
I've
it
already yeah, I've been trying to get that from him.
I heard Anthony's trying to sell his. You guys might want to hit him up.
His what?
Hit up Mafia. Mafia's got the quarter scale Vader too. I heard he's trying to get rid of it.
He's selling it.
No way.
Yeah. Mafia, if you're still in here, Duke, can you confirm?
Confirm or deny. Because he was asking me about this Vader. He's not gonna get rid of a Vader. We're all
Which
gonna
one is it?
sit here and wait. Yeah, he doesn't know what you're talking about.
Making up rumors now.
Weren't you gonna sell your quarter scale Vader?
Oh, he just thought about it.
It's not about.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys.
Damn it. Deny.
Everybody's ears perked up, and then
We're gonna have a
Yeah,
bidding
you
war
just-
right here on the live chat.
But the thought's already been incepted in his head, though. So you just got to get him at the right price point, and you're good.
Exactly. You
Right.
just meet at the right price point.
Well, 6 scale Mafia, I'll give you this Vader and then some cash for it.
oh,
Okay.
Because he was asking about this Vader.
interesting. All right.
Even though I don't really have the cash to pull, but I find a way.
That's all right. The kids don't have to go to college. It's fine.
They can go to college and a few years later. All right.
Just some development years, find themselves.
Anything else you guys want to talk about
Yeah,
regarding
years.
the figures, the show, the episode? Anything else cranking in your mind?
I know everybody said that you guys don't want to wait. You guys are still like, I don't know. You guys are on the edge about where the direction is going, regardless of what we're going to see for the next 2 episodes.
Mhm.
I still say wait.
Oh,
You
yeah.
gotta wait till the whole thing plays out. And
I
Yeah,
still enjoy the
judges.
show.
Yeah.
I still enjoy it. I was really perturbed with the direction they went. So
yeah,
I'm still holding out hope. But and it's so far it's better than Book of Boba. I just yeah, sometimes I just think they use these characters to make their own characters, and
oh, someone's ears perked up.
Can never tell through text though if he's being sarcastic or not. Like, can we though? Or dude, can we though?
Mm-hmm.
Get him to
You have to wonder.
You have to
Is it
wonder.
possible?
One way to find out.
Oh, here we go. He's speaking more. It's like we're at the end, maybe an hour of footage left. You think it's going to be amazing, and all of a sudden, blah.
You know, I try to gauge these shows on if I'm so excited I can't wait until the next episode. And I'm trying to think of the Disney Plus shows that have had me like that. Like WandaVision for sure when that first dropped. Of the Star Wars show, Mando, probably like the first and second season, I'm like, I can't wait for the next episode. But beyond that, the Disney Plus series is like, okay, I'm going to watch it the day it comes out. Oh, maybe Loki, actually. But how about for you guys? Like, what are some of those other ones you're like, I can't wait for the next one?
The beginning of this series actually did that for me after seeing the first episode.
After the first episode.
I was like, dude, I want the next one now. You know, so it was off. I thought it was off to a great start, Marco. I know you didn't like the first episode, which freaking baffles me.
But you know, Mario, you're onto something there because at the end of 2, with them teasing Vader, it's like, okay, we got to see what's coming. So that was in my mind a little bit, actually. Some revisionist history here from me, but yeah, when you say it, I was pretty stoked for the third episode because I went back and watched the first 2. Like, okay, maybe my impression of it wasn't correct.
Yeah, but you see, just what you said right now, I think many of us, many people come into this show thinking of Vader. I want to see Vader. I want to see...
Sure.
And?
Vader got him.
Come on, Joao.
He always loves freezing like that.
Dramatic pause.
No, sorry. We want to see more Vader. We just want Vader, right? And I actually think this episode was like to put our expectations down, to calm down a bit after what they give us on the last episode, and now we'll ramp up again for the next 2, and we'll finish amazingly well. That's what I hope.
So, I know some people are skeptical about there being another fight between Vader and Kenobi.
He must.
They said that they were supposed to have another.
Yeah, I heard
meeting.
2.
So
there's no way they don't do one with him fully.
Don't
powered.
say that because it's Disney. You never know. You just never know.
Because the OT trilogy fight, we can't go just say like that was the definitive fight. Come on. Obviously, this prequel trilogy's had a great. Yeah, I was gonna say that's a great fight as well. But
see, Anthony is right where I'm at too. It's like, dude, here we are again with Leia. We talked about that earlier in the show. It's just like, again, like what are we doing? Like, second time in 3 episodes.
The third time was in A New Hope.
But you already have the answer to that because the droid, Leia droid, as the tracker. For sure, the Leia will still on the next episode. No way they are going. You will not let Leia in Alderaan with a droid and leave because then they will go after Leia again.
Will we see Luke again?
No. Why you want to see Luke? They will not show you.
I'm
Luke
just
again.
asking.
Maybe in the end, in the last.
Because it was
20
so
seconds.
damn important that he didn't leave Luke. He had to protect him.
The last 20 seconds of the show is Obi Wan sitting in there in the mountain, looking at Luke playing, and then
resting.
You're done.
And that's what I wanted to see more of too, man. I mean, I hate to judge a show for what it's not, but again, with the missed opportunity that we could have seen the back and forth banter between Obi-Wan and Owen, because there was a lot of, I mean, even some of the comics, they had brushed on that a bit. And I heard there's a novel out there that went into that in more detail. But I would have loved to see some more of that, I mean, it's a shame to have, his name just freaking escaped me right now. But that guy, it's a shame to cast him. It's a shame to cast him, man, and just not.
No, these questions from Anthony, just
him and I are on the same wavelength here. Because, I mean, again, we have 2 episodes left, but yeah, it's like, what's the big deal bringing Hayden Christensen in if you're gonna have one flashback scene where he's just far away?
But the question about the tracker. The question about the
tracker, the one before that?
Yeah, no, after the one. After that.
Right,
it's a very good point. And I never thought of this.
Doesn't make sense that she's gonna get rescued and while she's trying to interrogate her.
I mean, yeah, why the droid have a tracker? There's no
Were you
meaning.
planning on losing her?
Were you planning on losing her already?
Because she didn't know
Just in
Obi-Wan was
case.
there at that point.
I mean, you gotta have a plan B, right? If something goes
Yeah.
wrong.
That's a great point.
It's not
Oh,
super clear.
boy.
Can I say something positive about the show?
No, we're not here to talk.
Marco,
That-
please.
That respeecher technology that they're using for James Earl Jones'
Yes.
voice and sounds terrific. Like it'll keep him alive for forever, right? Like, you know, obviously he's getting up there in years, and so that's incredible the way they've implemented it for this character. I love that. It's a scary future that we're living in, but that's pretty cool.
They do the same with Luke.
Yep.
I guess when you're not seeing the lips move, though, it's a little more convincing. Like the Luke stuff was really good in Book of Boba, but without the lips, it's like I couldn't tell that it was, you know, a synthetic voice.
Yeah.
You know
I mean,
which character
crazy.
would talk without the lips moving? Freck.
Stormtrooper.
That was Zach Braff, right?
Yeah, that was a. I was gonna say that was a special guest.
That was a cool character, honestly.
I want that. I
Good
want a
people.
hot toy of that guy.
Heck
Like
yeah.
when
With
when
the
Obi-Wan
frog lady
cracked him
together,
over the
together
back.
with the frog lady.
Obi-Wan cracks him over the back. He just goes down so slow. He's like,
It's amazing, that scene.
Speaking of Qui-Gon, y'all think we're gonna see him or hear from him?
Again,
I would think we would have to. I mean,
So,
they kind
it
of
should've-
led into that.
Should have happened.
They already led you into Qui-Gon 2 times. The first time when Obi-Wan back to his cave and you see someone with the robes and his Bail Organa, but they want for you to think he's Qui-Gon. The second time is when you see Anakin. Again, you see the robe on the back. You see someone in the back, and then his Anakin appear. I don't think, Mario, we were discussing this with Aries, and then you also sent me some videos about this Qui-Gon being a Force ghost or not. Do you think it's really possible that he can appear as a Force ghost to Obi-Wan, or which way you think would make sense it could appear?
It's definitely possible because at the time during the Clone Wars, he said that he's a part of the living Force and his training was never complete to manifest as a Force ghost physically. But there's still a possibility that he could have learned it later down the line, but I don't think that's a probability. I think it's unlikely that we'll see that. If anything, we'll probably hear him. Now, everyone is saying but we saw him on Mortis, but Mortis was a Force planet. Mortis will show you whatever you want to see. It's just a vision. It's nothing. It's not the real thing. So the manifestation that we saw of Qui-Gon was just that. It was just a vision. And even Obi-Wan or even Anakin mentioned it too to Yoda, saying that Obi-Wan said it was just a vision, that he doesn't believe that it was real. Right on Mortis itself. So that's something that we all got to consider, and also that Qui-Gon himself said that he cannot manifest himself because he never finished his training.
And didn't Obi-Wan have to go through training as well to communicate with
Yoda
with Qui-Gon?
was supposed. Yeah, Yoda told him at the end of Revenge of the Sith that he'll teach him how to commune with Qui-Gon. We haven't seen it.
But he called for Qui-Gon twice already, right? And there's no answer.
But he was closed off to the Force at that time, right?
Exactly.
I detached from the Force, yeah.
Yeah, he's been attached for 10 years. So Qui-Gon is a part of the living Force, so he can't answer. So I guess until you bring yourself back, back into that, then he'll probably start. We starting to see him use the Force again. So I think when he starts to embrace the Force once again, you'll probably hear back from Qui-Gon.
He's going to get smashed by Vader, and when we think all is done, Qui-Gon will appear as a voice and say, "Obi-Wan, remember we are," and then he goes, vroom, 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 vroom. And then the helm, he will break Vader helmet, and you will see half of his face all with blood, and then
they should have hired Charles as a writer, man.
That's the last fight.
And maybe sound effects too.
And the sound exactly, man.
I need a few flips in there and I'm good.
Anthony's really hitting on a bunch of stuff we talked about as well.
Anthony's going full power.
He's going here. He said the Inspector Gadget scene walking with Leia under the coat. Dude, that was my favorite scene. We talked about that. Like, come on, that was a good scene. Where nobody notices the big bulge under the coat.
That was very upsetting. That scene was the absolute.
Yeah.
They lost me at that point. I was just like, oh God.
What are
She
y'all
just
doing?
turned around and just say smack.
And then too, they go like this. They're like, just so the audience knows she's under. It's like, I knew she was under there. Thank you.
Yeah, they
like,
didn't
what
need to
totally-
show us, right? But they did need to show us. And I was just like, hurry up, run.
Right. And then again, yep, no TIE fighters patrolling. Yeah, it was.
Dude, she was in the comms table with another officer, 2 seats right next to her,
Just
and another
talking
one's
like, oh,
behind
yeah,
her.
I'll do this.
She's talking like hella loud. Exactly. Hey, Obi-Wan, turn left. The guy's like, who are you talking
And
to?
then she's like, oh.
Exactly.
She's like,
And then
Oh,
nobody
hang on.
heard her take
Obi-Wan,
out that
turn
other
right.
officer either.
dude, right?
The other officer's
I
just
mean,
laying in the back, and they're just like, oh.
the entire time.
Yeah, it was.
God,
it was rough.
What the hell? And a freaking Obi-Wan is going down a hall, fending off stormtroopers and a droid, and then another stormtrooper comes up behind him in the line of fire. He's like, "Oh shit! Should I shoot him? What should I do? Should I try to?" You see him dodging shots, and then Obi-Wan just freaking reflects one of the blaster bolts, and it hits him. It hits the stormtrooper right behind him. Obi-Wan turns around and is like, "Oh shit! There's somebody behind me."
Yeah.
Well, I felt like he was deflecting the blasters for far too long too. It was just like, meow, meow. It was just okay. It's cool to do that, but then, like, he's literally just doing this while she's running. Like, can they shoot somewhere else? Like, I don't know. It again, just a bunch of small things that add up
It was
to a bunch of big
amazing,
things.
man. It was amazing. I loved it.
So
Starting to
to
love it more.
redeem, sorry, I'm gonna ask the question here, Graham. I'm so sorry, but it's just coming to mind. To redeem the series overall, like, what score would you have to give the last 2 episodes? I feel like they'd have to be 8.5 or above for me to be like, okay, that was like a solid series.
You need to
Yeah.
have much more. You need to have
I
a
agree.
lot of Vader and a lot of
Yeah.
a lot of stuff, and really a lot of, even if they want back to them with some flashbacks. Some flashbacks are needed too.
God, I
It
hate
depends
that
on how
there's
they
no
end this too.
flashbacks.
I mean, that's gonna have a. I mean, I think 7.4 for this show is too low. It should have been higher with all of the hype behind it and the anticipation.
Well, considering the characters that are involved.
Considering the
in it.
characters that we have, I think, and especially being Book of Boba, same score. It should have been so much better because I remember people talking after Book of Boba, and they're like, "What if this happens for Obi-Wan?" I'm like, "No, man, you're not gonna do this for Obi-Wan. It's
He's gonna
just
be
too
the
big of a
one."
character. There's no way." But here
I was
we
one
are.
of those fools saying that, like, there's no way this one will fail. They know how important this is. They're gonna come out swinging with this one.
Yeah, and I was the fool listening to you and be like, "Okay, he's saying this, so I'm not
Never
gonna worry
listen
about
to
it."
me. Now you've learned.
Well, who's more foolish, the fool or the fool who follows it?
Huh.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, what are you guys expecting for an ending? What would satisfy you for an ending? Because we kind of know what's going to happen in the
Oh,
future.
no.
So how do they end this?
Another duel, a good one where Obi-Wan is freaking back in the Force, and he needs to beat the shit out of Vader.
With the other, and he's going to have to almost beat him to a pulp because then
Yeah,
they don't see each other again for another 10 years. So
in theory.
how is that? Yeah, in theory, how is that conflict going to end for that long period of time? Is the question.
Yeah.
Don't know. Anthony says, "Trust me, I want to love this. Obi-Wan is the shit. I feel like it's yet again another disservice to legacy characters: Luke, Han, Boba, now Obi." I think, yeah, out of those,
That's
who do you
why I
think was-
hope they don't touch Vader.
who do you think was done the dirtiest? I almost think Luke, but Boba was really made into a boob. Booba Fett.
What did you guys think of Solo?
You
I
know,
liked it, man. I had fun with it.
I did not
I
like
really
it the first
enjoyed it.
time, but I do enjoy it now. I that's a weird one because I can watch that for what it is and know it's not great, but I still enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. You're now that your expectations are leveled, right?
But is he talking about Han in the sequels getting just
Oh, maybe that's what he's. Yeah.
Falling. I don't know.
Back
Joel,
away.
who got done the dirtiest here? Luke, Han, Boba, or Obi? Probably not
Who got
Obi
what?
yet.
Can you
Who was
repeat?
done the dirtiest? Who did Disney really shit on here? Do a disservice to.
Boba.
Yeah. What about Luke though? They really twisted his character too.
Yeah, but Mandalorian season 2, we forget about all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we know what that leads up to. They're still going to
Doesn't
tie
matter.
it in.
It doesn't matter. We still saw it. It doesn't matter, dude.
True. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on here. Last 2 episodes need to be 90 minutes long each and to be dark and violent. I agree. And Disney, I will say, has surprised me with some of the violence that they've shown in this, with the hand getting chopped off, with Vader scene. So that would be cool. I'd be up for that. Vader and Obi-Wan fighting, and Obi-Wan dick slapping him. All right.
I want to see
Anthony,
Tala just come in the middle of that fight and just bitch that Vader in the face.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, another fight. Vader mask breaks. We see and hear some Anakin. Last time we met, you were the master and I was learning, etc. Yeah, I think we're all hoping for that because I know we've talked before the
Vader doesn't
series.
say last time we met. He said when I left you.
Right.
He doesn't say last time we met. He said when I left you.
You tell him, Joao.
Wow.
Anthony
What
knows. But
right.
but many people
Big fan, man. Look at
still
this guy.
think that is last time, but he never mentioned last time. He said when I
Yeah.
left you.
And it's also
This-
not Luke, I am your father.
Exactly. That's what
I
I
am
was
your
going to say.
father.
No, it's no. I am your father.
No, but
That's how it said.
I think we're all hoping for that
If you're
too.
going to say it,
because
say it right.
we're hoping for like a battle damaged Vader. So yeah, hopefully there's another.
Yeah.
I think that's how they can kind of redeem themselves too, is they have another battle. Vader gets beaten up. and
Okay,
we
but
get-
for Vader to be beaten up, you need to see some progression on Obi-Wan. As it is right now,
Mm-hmm.
he cannot beat up Vader. Just
He
one
took out two
episode.
stormtroopers.
One episode ago, he was running away from him. He was literally running away from him and defending himself with the best as he could. You
Just put him in the
cannot.
back to tank for another 5 minutes and he'll be fully cooked where he can go.
No,
There
it,
you
Go to Vader.
the next episode will be 30 minutes of Obi-Wan inside the back to tank. He will not
Okay, so-
go out from there.
So let's say they gave us what we wanted. He goes back into the back to tank to heal his body and his mind. They give us a flashback. Would that feel disappointing? Like, okay, they got one episode to wrap up all the loose threads, or if the next episode was just all Clone Wars flashback, would we be happy with that?
No.
No.
There's so much more than just a back
Yeah.
to tank, man. I mean, we still
You have
need
the tracker. The problem is the tracker. You have the droid with the tracker, and they need to follow with it.
Well, I guess what I'm saying is by the last episode, they've caught up to them. Then all the stuff and madness, goes down. But if this next episode is kind of like the build up to that, sometimes shows will do that. You're expecting one thing, the tracker's there, and then they zag and do something else. I think it's unlikely, but I'm just throwing it out there.
The next episode will start with them. In 2 minutes, Obi-Wan will find that the droid has a tracker. He will destroy the droid, send Leia to Alderaan, go to the back to tank, and he stays there for a whole episode with
her poor
flashbacks.
little
For the rest of-
droid is gonna get smashed. Again. He's just gonna be like, my droid.
I can tell you that the series will finish with a big party in Alderaan, with everyone dancing.
Happy ending for that planet.
Is anybody else worried that, and if you're not Game of Thrones fans, but I'm worried we're getting shades of Game of Thrones where they gave us so much info, but now they have to tie it up in like 2 episodes here. Like, we don't know enough about Reva, and we have 2 episodes left. We don't know where the story's headed. We don't know, what's going on with Vader and Obi-Wan. I'm just worried now with this filler episode that they kind of got to rush through it and get done in 2 episodes.
I don't even know if there's that many loose threads though, besides Vader and Obi meeting up. I'm struggling to think what the other like B and C
Qui-Gon.
plots are.
the
Qui-Gon,
the
Grand
the
Inquisitor,
Force montage.
Riva. Ooh, there's a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah, the Grand
Reva,
Inquisitor's got
yeah.
to come back. Remember that? So
I feel like that could all be one 90-minute episode, but we shall see.
do you really think we're getting a 90-minute episode though?
No.
It'll be
I bet they're
30,
both an
35
hour.
minutes.
Yeah. I bet they're both an hour. So 2 hours left.
Imagine when next week you are going to play and you see 36 minutes again.
Dude, I will
Oh,
be
I wouldn't. Put
I
it
will be
past them to
creating
do
a
that.
new thumbnail for a live that night, and I will be pissing and moaning. No, again, I'm hoping for good things. It's kind of like Anthony said. We really want to like it, and we're big Star Wars fans. But again, it's like I feel like we've just been let down in recent years more than we've, more than not.
Marcus positivity,
So
no doubt.
yeah, that's why we had Marco on here because
I say a lot of negative shit. I just do it with a smile,
I know. I'm saying it's especially positive.
It's picking up the wrong message from me.
Let's see what Mafia chimes in with here. He says it irks me because they show too much Reva. She should be fine in her own show. But we've been waiting since 05 to see these two, and there's so much unnecessary subplots and fetch quests. Yeah, I mean, it's really simple if you ask me. You just Vader and Obi Wan, and you don't need a whole lot more.
Read
Go back
Desi
and see
comment.
Luke.
So what if Obi just takes Leia to Alderaan? The Empire knows who Leia is and where she lives, makes the tracker pointless. The tracker's only good if the Empire can intercept them before Alderaan. True, because Vader doesn't know who she is and won't know who she is.
No, now they will back to that base when they were in the beginning. What's that
They-
planet?
They know later on who she is. She's an Imperial ambassador. Later on, they know who she is. So I don't get it.
Well, I don't know what to tell you, Mario.
Yeah, they know who she is
Am I
because
wrong?
she also tells Reva and the troopers that her father is Bail Organa.
Right?
Yeah,
She's the son of the emperor of the
the Emperor. Wow,
is not emperor.
wrong
from the-
trilogy, bro.
Exactly. I was
Somehow Palpatine is returned.
Exactly.
Daughter, sorry, I forgot. Well, yeah, I mean, I think we've kind of gotten our point across that we've got some concerns, but we're still hopeful that the series can pull it out. So we just got 5 more days to wait, and I think we'll have a pretty good idea where they're gonna go this next episode. But the waiting hurts. So yeah, thank you guys for being on the show tonight. Thank you all for joining in the chat. It was a lot of fun just to kind of do this impromptu video, just to kind of talk a little bit Star Wars. I don't get to do that too much, so it was fun. So, Professoro, anything going on in your world?
Yeah, next Thursday we'll be talking about more of episode. We'll be talking about episode 5 actually on Uncivilized Scoundrels. So we'll be talking about that 6 p.m. Pacific time. Y'all want to come check that out? Just hit 500 subs on the channel, man. So that's a bit
congrats.
of a milestone. Thank you, sir. And yeah, I've got a giveaway going on. I'm gonna drop something over the weekend to announce some of the details of how that's gonna work. And yeah, man, it's been fun. And I just want to thank everybody that's in the chat right now, for everyone for their support, over these past few months. And it's been amazing. And yeah, can't wait to talk Star Wars again though on freaking Thursday.
And you're going to be doing an updated tour pretty soon?
Pretty soon. That'll come when it comes. All right. So
No more
not
promises.
making any no more promises.
Sounds good. Joao, I couldn't tell if you froze there for a minute, but I think you're good.
I'm
Yep,
not
you're
frozen.
good. Okay.
I'm good at frozen myself. I've frozen myself.
Joao, thanks for coming on, sir. You and I are going to be hitting each other up on Monday again. But
Yeah.
what else are you up to this weekend?
No, this weekend nothing. I just dropped a review of the James Bond that was done by 11. That James Bond looks really good. If you haven't checked it, it's really good head sculpt. They
Great
nailed
video, by the
Craig.
way.
That head sculpt was made by Kai Studios. with 11. It's a really good head sculpt. And I had a live stream yesterday. Just 6 scale news. I'm doing this every Thursday evening. It's just I don't have any panel, only by myself. I just give some
Give us the
news and
news.
some updates, something like that. It's very short, but that was my intention when I start live streaming. But then with so many people and everything, I got a bit rolled up. But I'm going to do that every Thursday evening, just a small live stream by myself, and that's that. I'm waiting for. I don't know. I have my. You guys already have Luke, have everything. My Luke, the snow speeder, it's only shipping tomorrow. And my Moff Gideon, I don't have any notice about shipping, and I'm here. And you guys in North America already have everything.
You're gonna enjoy that, man. I mean, good things come to those who wait, bro. You're gonna love this
Yeah.
figure.
Poor
I'm
Joel.
not in a rush. I already appreciate seeing all of you unboxing and playing with it, and it's fine. I can wait.
I'm still on the fence about that snow speeder, but it's because I'm not like, Mario. I'm trying to limit myself to some Star Wars, because I want to collect other stuff too.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I have Return of the Jedi. I like that snow speeder. I just don't know if
It
Because you
really
are going-
pops, dude.
You are going also too deep into movies characters. I'm seeing
Right.
you are getting Jack Sparrow, Predators, RoboCop, and I also collect those
Mhm.
lines, and they are very good lines to collect. But you need to select really which movies you like, and
Right.
don't go too crazy.
I've definitely decided to kind of just focus more on like the OG Star Wars.
Yeah. I mean, look at the color palette here, right? What do you see?
Yeah,
A bunch
looks
of
amazing.
white, brown, black,
Blue.
blue, and tell me that orange doesn't stand out amongst all that.
No, it
You know
looks
what I'm saying?
great, man. I really do
So-
want it.
And you see, even the Tusken Raider looks
that Obi-Wan
amazing
too.
there.
Yeah, it works. It definitely works. Y'all want to peek?
Yeah, of course.
Of what?
Well, Marco, we'll do that. We'll do that like behind the scenes.
All right,
But
after
yeah,
that.
there's. This is just temporary. I mean,
Yeah, I
but
like
I'm just
that.
I'm just displaying it like this. So
I like
far.
your poses too because they're simple but yet really effective. They look natural. I
Yeah,
love
they
that
look
Obi-Wan
lifelike.
pose actually. I really want that figure too.
You don't have it? I thought you had it.
No, I have
You
the
got-
Revenge of the Sith.
You got all the
Ah.
grails.
This is I was looking at this. I'm like, holy shit! This is like a grail shelf here, dude.
It's a grail shelf right there.
I really like the Lando in person as well. Figure looks really good.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to,
You don't have-
I
you
need
don't
to
have
figure out how to
Tarkin?
pose him. I've got Tarkin. He's just boxed away.
Okay.
It's coming. It's coming. Calm down. All right, everybody. It'll get here. I just gotta. Just trying to find a time to do it.
Shira, King
there's-
Jinn, Urso.
Ahsoka and Anakin back there. Those two look really good together too. So
That oh jeez, I'm blanking on his
You
name.
didn't get the mole, the Clone Wars?
it's on the way. It just shipped out. It should be here next week.
So you're getting everything Star Wars, right, Mario? Like that's the
Yes,
rule
Mhm.
at this point.
Is there anything you are just not interested in Star Wars wise?
Not really. Star Wars wise, no.
Okay.
I don't
Where's
think so. I
Mando?
think everything is cool.
There's no Mando there?
Not yet. Still a work in progress. You all right? I'm just showing you. This is just a sneak peek of.
Oh, you got the
of-
Master Trooper there.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Duck-
and then this is my favorite shelf up here, y'all. I mean, I freaking love
That looks
this.
awesome.
Oh, these
Duck Collector
troopers
says those
look
shelves
really good.
fill up real quick.
They
Yeah.
do, man.
With all that space, you'd think it'd be slower process, but they
But
fill
no,
up.
they fill up really, really quick.
So I have to say the troopers with the bases, like of all figures, they just look so great with the bases. I started
Exactly.
displaying mine like that too, copying you.
Oh, feel free.
It's interesting that you don't remove that plastic from the nameplate.
No, I'm hella paranoid, man. I gotta leave them on. Yeah, so they're all everyone that I've got brand new. They still have all the plastic on there. Yeah, I'm one of those collectors, Joao, where I gotta have the plastic.
No,
on
I'm
everything
totally
and-
with you. For example, I never removed that plastic from the Duco neck.
So what are you doing with your non-Star Wars figures? You're
They're
selling
getting
them?
boxed up. I know it hurts, dude. Trust me, it hurts, man.
And you have so many good ones: RoboCop, Jack Sparrow.
Did you end up selling the
Terminator.
endoskeleton Terminator, Mario?
Not yet. I guess so.
Someone's got to make you that Godfather deal.
That based
Offer.
Graham, you look at this snowspeeder look.
It looks
so good.
great. I guess it's got to be super selective. I'll probably get it eventually.
You know you're getting this
There's a
one.
peek down here. They're all still here.
Go back to the
I just gotta pack them up.
go back to the snow speeder, Luke, really quick. Oh, I want that Batman too. Damn it.
The 66 Batman.
Yeah, I just watched the
hello.
movie last night, and I'm like, oh, need that.
I just
Yeah.
gotta-
Godfather. Them
Would you ever sell that? Oh, you won't sell that Batman.
Indiana
Oh,
Jones.
hell no. That's getting married with me, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, so Luke, what's
I love that pose.
Now this look
like
looks amazing.
it's simple
I
but
tell you.
effective, man. So with this Luke, I had a rectangular bases with a silver nameplate. Things get consistent because the music. Yeah, thanks, man. That's what exactly what I'm going for, Desi. I really wanted to go for like a museum like look display, and that's why I'm doing it like this, all staggered, and everything.
I do have some sideshow points.
You got Lando, right, Graham?
I do, yeah. I actually really like the pose I have him in too, where he's kind of looking away, but he's kind of pressing
Does
buttons on
anybody
his
have
watch.
this? Because after I put
No.
this like in this pose, I was like, holy shit,
This
this
looks
is
amazing.
like
That's
yeah, that's the forever
awesome.
pose, man. So it's stuck like that forever. That Boba Fett. Yeah,
Lando-
Uncommon Flex. Shout out to Uncommon Flex, man. He did an unboxing for the Snowspeeder look, man.
Yeah,
and
I saw yesterday.
the way that he set it up, it was amazing. I
Amazing.
loved his production on it. Did an amazing job on it, So kudos to Uncommon Flex.
I could just watch this all night here. Just keep going back and forth, all the
Is he
figures.
going back and forth? No, I
Just
think
to
everybody's gonna
cleanse
get
the stream.
yeah. So
Very nice setup.
I don't know why the Tusken Raiders get so much hate. I think they are very good figures. I love them.
well, I kind of want more, dude. I just got nowhere to put them. That's the problem. So there we go.
I'm super jelly. I'm gonna sell all my figures and just do Star Wars now.
Hey man, that's me collecting since 2013, bro.
That's
or tail end of
awesome.
2013. So yeah, it just happened to be the right place at the right time.
And then look at this guy. Where's
Yeah,
the
let's
Star
just
Wars
show
stuff?
off everyone's collections now.
Where's your Star
Oh,
Wars?
my
man. So this is.
Oh, I see up
yeah.
on top there.
I got to reshuffle. I do have the. And so this obviously isn't my entire collection, but the Razor Crest up there.
Ooh.
But yeah, I just got in the Mando Boba, so I think I'm going to be taking Rex and Cody out, putting them with the rest of my troopers on the other wall, and then putting Mando Boba up there. And Ray might be going to the sidelines as well, going into another cabinet.
How many
Yeah,
detox
Mark.
do you have?
So I've got these
25.
3 Detofs. I have 2 Billy shelves, and then I've got some floating shelves on other walls. And then I'm doing another display above the TV here in the future. I want to do a collection tour, but I got one more thing I got to implement, and then I can kind of show off what I got going.
Dude, that's how it always is, man. As soon as you want to do the tour, it's just one more thing that you got to do.
That's the thing. I was like, I want to wait until it's complete, right? So
And it'll never
Yeah.
come. Look at Joao's got a kick-ass collection too. I love how it's just like how he has it set up.
Now we are in the. I changed a bit here in the back. Now I'm using 4 Mandalorian line because I have them
Yeah.
all. But
Except for one.
I also want to do some part of the Attack of the Clones. I'm missing now the
Dooku, man.
I have Dooku, I have
yeah.
Yoda, I have Django, and I have the other ones on pre-order. And the left side I have because I have too many things boxed, so I always take from the box, put outside, and then box them again. The X19 I never unboxed yet, so
Really?
yeah, I never unboxed because I not only I don't have space, but also because I want to wait for the Narc Joker.
Joao, where do you
So
keep your
you're
box
keeping 'em-
figures?
Sorry.
Where do you keep your box figures? Where do you store them? I mean, you store them in the house, or do you have offsite?
No,
storage,
we have a storage room.
Okay.
I have a
All right.
storage room where I keep the boxes. That's the only way.
What do you do, Mario?
Oh, I have an offsite storage room, dude. It sucks. I mean, that's just money, being
Yeah.
thrown away in storage, man. It's crazy.
I offered
Oh,
for
okay.
for him to store them here, but he wasn't going for that.
No. No. They stay
Yeah,
here
it's
in
tough. I
SoCal.
mean, I pretty much shove everything in my basement in the back, but
And then I
Gosh,
have
when you
the
run out of
problem.
room, what do you do?
I
You
have the
know?
problem of,
Mhm.
of third parties also. I was counting yesterday. I have 38 third parties boxed.
Wow.
I need to
Wow,
get. I need
boxed?
to. Yes, I need to get rid of some of them. Box that I bought, but I don't have on display. I have the problem with the module cases that I told you, Graham. That they really didn't reply to me. I think
That's weird.
they
Have
are.
you hit Brian up?
I messaged them again. I think it's really the shipping. They don't want to go with the struggle to shipping to me by air freight, and they will see that the cost is too high. And I
I
was
just don't
checking.
get why they don't respond though. Like you could at least respond and say like something.
I
Do they
sent a message
specifically
on
say they
Facebook.
don't ship to
Now
your area?
they told me they already know what I want. I already give them everything, and they told me, okay, the only way we can ship to you is by air shipping, because to ship to China from Singapore is through air shipping. And I said, okay, but can you run down the cost for the shipping? And they never replied me. It's been almost 2 months.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow. Come on,
So
Brian. Get back to my
did
man.
you guys saw that that guy that I streamed with him last 3 days ago? Costa, he has a YouTube channel. He did a module case by himself. You guys didn't see that?
Oh, like he just built one. He just
He
created
built
made
one
one.
module case
Wow. Okay.
with
Does he have like a
fiberboard, with
tutorial on
a
his
tutorial.
site?
Yes, use a garage shelf to build.
yep.
He did the same thing with acrylic, with magnets, with
Oh,
Oh
I
a,
think
yeah,
I've seen this
yeah.
guy. Okay.
Well, Anthony did something like that too. I mean,
Hmm.
I've seen some people doing that. I mean, it's a lot cheaper.
A lot of statue collectors do that actually. They just take the I think the gladiator shelves from Home Depot or whatever garage shelves that they do, and they over time they'll just add lights. They'll wrap the boards up in some sort of velvet, and then they'll do it like acrylic all the way around.
the worst thing for as a collector is to have stuff and not being able to display. It's really horrible because you have the things box. I'm not John. I don't want to have my figures inside boxes. I like to have everything displayed, and then you cannot, and then you need to change, put in the box. Oh, now let me change some. Let me change some. It's
I'm the
I saw
same way.
somebody in their group actually do that. They had two detals filled with box figures. It was like one per
oh,
shelf, and it was just like the art box. I'm like, wow, that's
I
such a
saw
shame.
that too. I was like, you can collect any way you want, but that's the wrong way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that helps me. That's the only way I want to collect is with everything out because that'll if I just have this much space, something's either gotta go or I can't buy anymore. So I'm hoping that holds true and will
So you
limit
don't have
me.
any figures. You don't have any figures not displayed currently.
No,
Nice. That's awesome.
I think I'm
so
only
so
at like 60, 56, 60, something like that.
you think I'm not nice,
Right.
Marco? Is that because I have figures without? I
Yeah,
have
well, we know you're not nice, but no,
okay.
I'm getting to that point actually where because I want to keep my display simple, I have limited space, and so I do have some stuff that's like not on display right now. Hopefully, it will be once I add the additional thing. But yeah, it might be the case where I have to rotate. So I've got to either sell or just rotate them.
Rotating sucks, dude. It really does. Especially
Yeah,
when you have like a larger
completely.
collection and then you just rotating everything. I mean, I've got this whole display will hold 100 figures, dude, and that's a lot to go through to rotate.
Oh yeah.
So something that I'm able to do is like if I want that new figure, and maybe it doesn't always work out in my favor, but I can kind of like make that emotional cut and be like, I have to sell this figure
I
to get
cannot do
this
that.
other one. Can you guys do that, or is that something where you just I don't like
Mm.
selling my stuff. I can't sell the stuff. It all means something to me.
Depends on what it is. Like
I
if I
can
had
tell you.
like some of the stuff that I would have a hard time doing that with would be the Jack Sparrow, the 66 Batman, stuff like that, dude. That's something that I wouldn't think would ever leave my collection. But if I had to, for financial reasons, then yeah, of
Oh
course,
yeah,
you
of
gotta
course.
you gotta
But
do what you
I
gotta
guess what
do.
I'm saying is to grow your collection, or like if
Yeah.
space is limited, can you cut it off and be like, well, I just gotta get rid of it, so I'm doing it, or is it just like you said, I'll get another storage place, or I'll figure something else out.
Yeah, I'll
There's
figure
figures
something
that
else out.
don't. There's figures that I'm easy I'm easier to get rid of if I really need to get rid of figures, and somehow for me it's Marvel.
Yeah.
I'm not attached to Marvel as much, so it's easy for me because I still have Iron Man, I still have Spider-Man, I still have Mysterio, I still have Yondu, Nebula. But I can sell them without feeling bad, but at the same time I don't want to sell, because every time I sell a hot toy I regret after some time.
Right.
So I'll try to hold as much as possible, and only if I really need to. But it's not that frequent that I tell you, the Jack Sparrow now, it's the price is it's going, it's very tempting to sell it now, but I will sell it, and then what? I will never have a Jack Sparrow back, because they will not do
Yeah,
a new one.
I feel the same with the '89 and Batman and Joker, dude.
Exactly.
You know, those are ones that I tell myself I think I could let go, but when I would try to, I'm like I can't. That happened with me with Alita, or I mean when I tried to box it up, I couldn't do it. I had her halfway boxed. I'm like, I can't. I gotta put it back on the shelf. You know.
For me, it's like, imagine if I sell the '89 Batman and the Joker,
I
and
can't
then
imagine
I have
that.
the Batmobile for what? Then I don't need the Batmobile, because
I'll
I
take
have
the
the Batmobile.
Batmobile.
Then you send it to me, bro.
No, you send it to me.
No,
So-
he's further out. I'm closer, so shipping will be a little bit easier. So
The only one I ever thought was the Mime Joker, but no, I need I need those. I need the three of them, because they were the first hot toys I bought. It was the '89 Joker and
Wow.
the
That
89
Mime
Batman.
Joker's a really good figure.
do you guys still
Yeah.
have the first Hot Toys you guys bought?
Yep.
I don't. Well, I mean, the first one I had in hand, my first
Maybe-
pre-order, I think. My first pre-order I still have.
Mine's the BVS Batman.
Mine was the Asgardian armor Thor from the Dark World. That thing's long gone.
Mine was the
So-
89 Batman. 89 Joker was the first one.
Oh, that's a good one. What about
I'm
you, Marco?
embarrassed to say mine. Concept art Captain America. You know, it wasn't that long ago, but that one's never leaving the collection. I
That's
was
a good
gonna move it
figure,
to the
though.
end.
It really
Go ahead.
is.
Go ahead, Mario.
really
Say what
is,
you're going to say.
It was the.
I
I mean,
already
it was head and shoulders better than all the other ones they released at the time.
That's
so.
the best built, I think,
Yeah.
as far as like body proportions. I think that's the best cap they've ever
Agreed. Even better than this Endgame one, honestly.
done. Yep, I would say so too.
But back to your question on selling figures, I've only like sold 2, and I have a hard time parting with them. I think it just goes back to me being a kid. I was never good at like sharing my stuff. It's like if it's mine, it's mine, and I have a hard time.
Oh, you are so
you know,
mean.
I know. I was just I'm not a nice person,
Selfish.
but yeah, selfish too. I've heard
He's
that
like,
before too.
he's like, get away from me.
that's right. These are my things.
Who did I sell my
With a
Mark
big
46
smile.
to, man?
Well,
I ain't never
so-
gonna get that back, am I?
If you ever need it back, Mario, $500 and it's all yours. But I was going to say, I think the only way I would move on from a piece, if it was like the reverse situation with Mario and I, where it's like, obviously this Mark 46 means a lot to him. He's sending it to a good home. If it was something like that, where I know the person I'm selling it to, I'd probably have an easier time parting with it.
Definitely.
And I
Makes
guess I've
things
always
easier.
been more of like I've always been, I don't want to say like a wheeler and a dealer, but like, I don't know. I've always just kind of, I can make that, I guess, that cut it off. But then again, I regretted selling a bunch of my one-offs or my odds and ends figures. So, I think I learned a lesson there. But even this Vader, it's like I have him on Facebook for sale right now, and I don't need
Do
him.
you?
I do.
Is that the Rogue One or is that the Empire?
That's Empire.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm like, I have Rogue One, and he's one I like, and I kind of like, do I need 2 Vaders in here? Because I'm trying, like I said, 2 Lukes. I'm just trying to do like a character representation, and
But you
try to
have 4
get.
turtles.
I do have 4 turtles. Yes.
They are all
Get
the
rid of
same.
those.
Got you there.
Yeah, get rid of those. Man.
Hey, come on now, we gotta have some
Those
turtle
are
love.
those are out of scale, bro. You don't need those in the collection. Man.
But anyways, I have them right here, and like the more I look at them too, I'm like, can I get rid of them? Like, I don't know. This was like my 3rd Hot Toys figure.
Don't get rid of him, really. Keep it.
So now I'm just like, I don't know.
That's the iconic Vader, bro.
I don't need them, but
That's-
yet I'm like,
That is
look at him. He's just
the-
cool.
That is the scene
Pointing at me.
Vader, man.
Keep
So
that
on that
Vader.
base, man. That's got more iconic value than the Rogue One, in my opinion.
Eventually, the turtles will go to a different cabinet when they come in, and then this will all be like 6 scale.
I
Maybe
cannot
not.
get rid
Trash
of my
cabinet.
turtles. I need to keep that turtles. I don't know why. I'm too attached to the turtles, and they are very well done for the price that they go.
Oh yeah,
Getting
that's one of
those
the
cartoons.
most nostalgic movies I had as a kid too. Was just the Turtles. 5 years old, but Batman '89 Batman. Whew, never get rid of
Bro,
those.
five
Never.
5 years old when that movie came out. Oh my
1990.
gosh, dude. Damn.
Sorry.
One, no, the Batman was 89.
Right. He was saying Turtles.
He was saying he was
Turtles.
5
I
years
was
old.
9 years old. I went to the cinema to see the Turtles, and I stay until the end of the movie. And I asked the lady from the cinema, and I took the poster home.
Yeah.
The poster
Oh,
that was
wow,
outside,
nice.
I took it home and I put it on my wall. It was on my it's still on my room wall in my home.
That's
Marco,
awesome.
how old were you when
awesome.
the 91 Turtles came out?
You don't want to know.
There's a 90.
You were not
I was
born,
like
right?
3 or
Oh,
4 years
excuse
old.
me.
Right.
So Secret of the Ooze is my Turtles because I was old enough to appreciate it when that one came out.
So then you must be younger than me.
Maybe just a little bit, but I think we're in the same cohort.
But '89 Batman was the first movie I went to with my dad, and he was a big Batman fan. And I still can remember. I was 4. Still have like those memory glimpses of like the theater and like the opening credit scene. I fell asleep, but still
Oh,
like
man.
I don't know. I just part of those
I have
figures reminds
those-
me of that, of my dad, and just kind of obviously the movie itself too. But like, yeah, I'll never get rid of those.
Yeah,
I want the Batmobile, but
I have similar memory glimpses of Return of the Jedi when it came out. That's how far back I'm dating
83.
myself.
so you might be
83,
what,
yeah.
like a 78 baby?
77.
77.
I'm the same age as Star Wars, bro.
That's awesome.
I'm 81. Marco, you should be 87, 88,
I'm 87.
Okay.
87. Okay.
December of 87.
That's a
so
good year.
almost
That's when
88.
RoboCop came out.
There we go.
Look at Ty.
Let's stop there.
Let's stop talking about age.
Oh, we're all like a fine wine. We just get better with age.
No doubt.
That's a fact.
85, Back to
I'd
the
like to
Future
think
was
that.
my movie.
And you were talking about selling figures, and now about those figures that you are not considering in getting, and you say, I will not get this, and then in the end you get them.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Well,
it happens this.
I was thinking about getting rid of the Justice League collection, man. Get rid of all of them. But the thing is that I've got Professor Hulk and Bro Thor coming in probably the next couple months, and I just want them to. I just want to display them, with the Avengers, dude. So that's my problem is that I don't want to let it go just because I have a vision for a display, and I want to be able to enjoy that for a little bit before I actually
Just see
sell it
that
off.
display to fruition and then sell them
Yeah.
after that.
Well,
No,
Possibly.
all-
possibly. I'm kind of the same way with my Marvel figures. Like, they don't mean as much to me, but at the same time, I love the scene that I have. Let me just pull it
Yeah.
up here quick. I like how we were gonna go like a half an hour ago, and we're just hanging out.
yeah, half hour ago you asked me what's going on my channel, and you never asked.
We never
you
got
never-
to. We
You
never
never
got
asked
to
Marco.
Margo. Let's see if
Yeah, that looks so
Oh,
sweet.
that looks really
So like
good.
I don't have as much of a connection to these. Like, if I just had to sell all of them, I guess if I had to, I would. But like,
Same. Yeah.
I don't want to get rid of them because I just love how they look, and I do love the movies. So it's just kind of, I don't know.
But this is other model case you have.
Yeah, it's where my head is, so you can't see it.
Okay.
Is it
I
mounted
think this
somewhere or you
display
have it
looks
on the
cool.
floor?
What's that?
Is it mounted up high or do you have it sitting
No,
on
it's just
something?
it's 4 cubes up, so you just can't see some of them behind me.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
But I got the bank robber Joker coming to put in here. And
So wait a minute. You have Bane. You have Bale. You have the armory set, right?
no, I don't.
You
I-
got it.
So when the DX19 came out, I thought the head sculpt was just so amazing that I had to display him. So I got the old Bruce Wayne figure loose for a pretty good deal, and then I
Okay.
just put the head sculpt on.
You got the bet sign loose too, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, but it looks great. The Catwoman there with the bat ball looks great.
And there's my Star Wars, just how I have it now, but I don't know.
Oh, you got Emperor.
Oh yeah.
What you got? That is the Attack of the Clones Yoda, right? Yeah. Yes.
Yep.
Short Trooper Lando. Looks good. Looks good.
Yeah,
You need
he's
a
amazing.
bit,
I like
you
that
need
lamp.
more. You need more troopers.
I don't have room for troopers. I really like this shelf.
Oh, this shelf is mime Joker. You got the three. You got the trio too.
I got rid of my flash just because it wasn't. Something about Ezra Miller being a douchebag just kind of like
Yeah,
turned me
turns
off.
Are you
Just a
getting
little bit of a douchebag.
Are you getting the Val Kilmer Batman and Robin?
No, I'll be
I am.
passing on that.
That's one I had to get, especially. I don't know
I'm
if you guys have
getting
seen the Val Kilmer documentary. Incredible, by the way.
Yes,
and
very
the new Top
good.
Gun.
It's about what? About what?
Is just
Val's
about his
life.
entire career, right? Obviously,
Okay.
he's got issues with throat cancer, I believe.
Yep.
Where is
And
that?
so
It's on YouTube.
It's
Hulu,
on
right?
Amazon
yeah.
Prime.
Amazon.
Yeah, definitely check it out. It was really beautifully done.
Going to check.
So after I saw that, I was like, oh, I'm getting this Batman. Like he brought back all the nostalgia. I forgot how important that Batman was to me, and the Robin too. You got to get them both.
This you got the good. I got the Harley Quinn. I got the new ones. I got two of the two from Birds of Prey.
How do you like those?
I tell you, when I saw the promo shots, and even on stream, I said that joints turn me off. I don't want any of that. Then I start to see some reviews and boxing, and then when you have them in hand and with the right pose, the joints are not that noticeable.
Yeah.
And I like the head sculpts a lot. I really like those.
It's a
those
good
two.
fill-in Harley figure if you couldn't get the other ones. I think, like, it's a good figure. The movie
Kind
I
of
didn't
still
like, but-
debating. Yeah, because I do want Graham, as Graham knows, I want to get
You
this Harley.
you
but-
can hold off a bit, Marco, because the price on those two is going down. I don't know why. Harleys always keep the price up, but they are going down here a lot. Those two, they are not selling that well
Oh, okay. So maybe find it on discount somewhere.
in a discount. Yeah,
Okay.
Discount
definitely.
bid. Yeah,
But
this-
the
I
same
had that
pro-
Harley. I had that Harley, man, and to be honest, I just think it's more hype than anything. I don't think it's that good of a figure, to be honest.
Graham,
I
let
had
me
it.
tell you
I
one
had it.
thing.
How
Sold it.
dare you?
It's amazing that Harley. It's amazing, Graham. Let me tell you one thing. That Harley is amazing. It's good, but with time, you will get tired of that open mouth.
See, I don't know. I like it.
It's good. It's amazing. It's for me still maybe the best Harley they did. I like a lot the prison one, the
The
that
jump
one, the
suit,
head sculpt. But yeah,
Yeah, I had a hard time with getting over the kneecaps, and it's
Yeah.
only single jointed at
Yeah.
the arms. I mean, it's very limited range of motion in this figure, man. That's
Well, and they
why-
could have went with double because the quarter
Yeah.
sleeves or the half sleeves, whatever you want to call them, they
Mhm.
cover it up. So they should have.
Yeah, they should completely. I mean, considering how they designed those kneecaps, they definitely should have went double joints with the elbows.
Right.
So my prediction, I was telling Graham this was, I think that InArt's going to replace the Mara with a Harley at some point, or just indefinitely shelf that Mara. But to see it on their coming soon list was pretty bizarre.
Yeah. Especially since they removed her from the movie entirely.
Yeah.
I love how
did you guys saw what happened with that? Yeah, Mario. You got the Joker, the Queen Studios, the quarter scale on pre-order, right? The artist edition.
I do, Joao. I'm thinking about like selling off my pre-order, considering I got the 6-scale innards coming in. I don't know what I want to do yet, man.
Exactly, that's my point as well, because I'm waiting the sculpted one and I may be getting rid of it. But did you see the problems that are happening with the collectors here in China receiving that Joker?
What now? The last I saw were
Uh-oh.
just the complaints about it not being serialized.
No, it's the peg on the feet that goes into the base. The first batches there was only a small peg, and he was starting bending front and falling down. Now they are doing
no.
now they are doing a second one. They are using pegs on both feet. That they are, but many people already got that Joker. Justin reviewed that Joker, and that's the first peg one. So you need to pay attention to that, because they are recalling that one and changing the pegs on the feet.
They're
He's following-
recalling it, really?
not
Oh.
recalling, but they are redoing the pegs. They already, I
Oh
mean,
man,
their official account already show that they are showing the problem that happened, because many
Oh,
people
that
at the Joker
sucks.
start to bend front because it was too much weight onto the
So
one
it's,
peg,
it's
only.
leaning big time.
Leaning.
Then, yeah.
leaning too much.
Oh, that
So-
sucks, dude.
So
That's
it's like
disappointing.
they are still a new company in a learning process. So give them,
These studios,
give them
they've been
time.
around for a few years already, bro.
For a few
Haven't
years. Licensed, not as many. A licensed more years because they are only
Yeah.
licensed for a few years.
Joel, can you just clarify the pegs on his feet?
Graham, yeah, I think it's better we do it this way. Can I send you a picture on Instagram and then you share here? Because the photo is from Queen Studios directly, and it's better to do it this way.
Yeah, so typically when you peg in a statue to the base, it's keyed, and the key is usually on the foot. So, but some statues can carry so much weight in which they're not well supported, and they'll start leaning. And that's what Joao's saying, is that lean is happening so hard that it finally just topples over.
Yeesh.
That's not good.
I send you the photo already. You can check.
If that happens to my 2-pack of the figure, I'm gonna cry.
No, you'll be magnetic on yours, man.
Dude,
on
that's
both
what I'm
of
saying.
them.
Like
The
how
entire
are we gonna
base, I think
trust
you'll be
their
fine.
magnets?
Well, I mean, Hot Toys isn't any better, dude.
Yeah,
So,
it's true. It's true. We're gonna find out.
yeah, I think you'll be fine with the magnetic base.
All right. I'm getting there.
Since we've just kind of gone off the
Seems
rails,
you are
anyone
coding.
been watching? What were you gonna say, Joao?
No, it seems he's taking so long time. Seems he's
I-
coding.
I
right.
I screenshot it because I didn't want all my messages shown in the background.
Good call. Really quickly, I was gonna ask, anyone been watching The Boys at all? Season 3?
Yeah, I
Not
watched
yet,
it.
man. I gotta
Look,
start that.
you like it? I think it looks amazing. That octopus
Yeah.
scene is amazing.
There's just been so many great scenes. Honestly, like watching it, I'm like, oh, this is what TV is about. Because, yeah, it's just been an incredible season so far. I haven't seen the most recent episode though.
Okay, so here in the left side, you got the original, the way they did that peg on the right foot, and now they are changing to the one in the right side with
It was just a peg. It wasn't a full key.
yeah.
Oh,
That was the first release, and then they are changing to the right side now. The improved version, as they call it.
man. So what happens with the first run collectors? They just
I don't
just
have any.
SOL?
At least here in China, I think they are sending them back, because you cannot send the legs back. You need to send the full statue
The
back.
full piece, yeah.
That'll be fun.
Wow. Okay, I think this kind of sealed the deal for me, man.
He's out.
Shit. That's a bummer. Dude, after seeing Justin's review, man, it looks amazing, and I would love to
Yeah.
get it in hand just to check it out. But this is for what we're paying for that artist edition, man. That shouldn't happen, dude. That's way too high of a freaking no. Too high of a risk.
So, Marco, what do you got going on your channel?
I love it. I love how we got here, by the way. Yeah, so we'll be dropping a new episode of the podcast hopefully here soon. She Said No podcast. I'm also going to be doing some live unboxings. So one tomorrow morning, either between 10:30 or 11 Pacific time. Going to do the DX19. Finally got that in hand. Also got the Battle Damage 85 and the Mando Boba single pack. I know you always go deluxe, but in this instance, I didn't necessarily want the robed one, so I think I'm going to get the Throne Boba to get the sculpt. So yeah, going to do some unboxings of those, and yeah, need to have you all on the channel as well. So I'll be thinking of brainstorming some ideas to get everyone on. But if you're watching the stream and you don't follow us yet, check us out on Instagram at the very least, 1_6_fix. And Graham, thank you for having me on. This has been an awesome time today.
Yeah, I kind of want to do more of these live streams where we have nothing planned. And even if there's some dead time, we just kind of like see where the evening takes us. And
Scroll through Sideshow and
yeah, what are you looking
Look
at?
at everyone's collection updates.
Yeah,
there
I
you
mean,
go.
honestly, I find the most joy in seeing everybody's collections. So
Oh yeah.
as soon as Marco comes out with his own collection tour, I'll be excited to watch that because I just watch them over and over again too. I don't know. I just like seeing everybody's different displays. So
You get that inspiration.
right. But yeah, I'll be live again normal time Monday night for Six Scale Symposium. Joel will be on. We'll have P Rock, and then I got a couple other people out there that might be on as well. I don't really know what we're going to talk about yet because it's really been quiet with Hot Toys lately, but
Yeah.
we'll figure it out. I think I got some good topics on board here. So yeah, just want to say
What's
thank
wrong?
you to everybody's fighting in the kitchen.
Popping. No, like he's popping the mic.
Bam!
No, because my,
Oh,
my
dude,
kids
my
my
ears.
kids are fighting with it, are fighting. So I was afraid you were listening.
No worries. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe to all of my friends' channels. I do have their links for IG and YouTube in the description below. Joel's as well, because he was a late addition here. We got to talk. I'm like, come on the show, man. So
Heck yeah.
I'm glad you made it
you
too.
were-
So it's a lot of fun. But
Thanks, man.
yeah, until next time, guys, stay safe out there. And of course, we'll see you soon. Later.